Chapter 326. The news of the Inscription Union's appraisal was like a bucket of cold water, drenching everyone in the Pill Emperor Hall. Many disciples' faces turned ugly as they sat on the ground. Impossible, this can't be true. Wu Xiaoyu's face was filled with disbelief. Father, quickly tell everyone that this isn't true. Enough. All of you shut up. Third Hall Master Wu Xiong shouted coldly, do what you need to do. Those who sell medicine continue to sell medicine. The rest of you, go outside and gather information. Go buy some pills from the Medicine Emperor Hall. I'll think of something with the second Hall Master. After speaking, he and grandmother Yuehua walked to the back of the hall. Damn it, how could this be? How could they refine it? The third Hall Master's face was gloomy. Did they ask for help? The second Hall Master guessed, no matter what, we have to stabilize the situation. We can't let the Medicine Emperor Hall continue to be so arrogant. Otherwise, we'll lose the first round. Then what should we do? The third Hall Master was irritated. Without a good pill, everything will be in vain. Forget it. Let's go find old Monster Han. The second Hall Master said. That's the only way. The third Hall Master said. I'll send someone to deliver the news. Soon, the disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall rushed towards the Pill Emperor Valley. In fact, Lin Xian and Old Man DK had already received the news without waiting for the disciples to arrive. After all, this was related to the White Dragon Ascension Pill. Lin Xian couldn't ignore it. However, this result didn't make him happy at all. Old Man DK's face was also gloomy. His body emitted a terrifying aura, causing the surrounding disciples to not dare to approach. He had absolute confidence in his new pill. In his opinion, this pill would definitely expand the market again. But he didn't expect the Medicine Emperor Hall to take out an even better pill. There's a problem. There must be a problem. Old Man DK said in a low voice. If it's a recovery-type pill, I'll believe it. But it's definitely not a healing-type pill. Old Man DK roared. They must have found help. Help? Lin Xian's expression was strange. Can't they find help in this competition? I didn't say that, but there's no one in the Tian Shan Kingdom who can surpass me in terms of healing pills. Even the nearby kingdoms don't have anyone. That bastard Song Yunqing, where did he find such an expert? Actually, it's not like there's no way, Lin Xian said slowly. These words attracted the attention of the crowd, and many disciples looked at Lin Xian in confusion. DK seemed to have thought of something as he stared at him with a hopeful expression. Cough, cough. Lin Xian felt his hair stand on end from being stared at like that. Letting out a dry cough, he spoke. I learned a few pills from my master, some of which have a much better effect than the Snow Lotus Clear Jade pill. Really? DK's eyes lit up. Lin Xian smiled and didn't say anything else. All of you are dismissed. Old Man DK sent everyone away. Senior, a few days ago, I heard from you that most of the authority of the Pill Emperor Hall is in the hands of the other two Hall Masters. Is this true? DK froze for a moment before an embarrassed expression appeared on his face. That's true. I've been looking for a way to heal my leg, so I didn't have much time to pay attention to the Pill Emperor Hall. Actually, there are also spies of the third Hall Master in the Pill Emperor Valley. As for the matter of the White Dragon Ascension pill, even if you agree, I'm afraid they won't let it go so easily, Lin Xian said in a low voice. DK fell into deep thought. You mean, we can make use of this opportunity to let you regain control of the Pill Emperor Hall and regain your authority. Furthermore, we can also make the other two Hall Masters agree to the White Dragon Ascension pill. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. Okay, let's do that, DK said in a low voice. Senior, don't worry. After I get the White Dragon Ascension pill, I'll give you the pill formulas in my hands. This way, you won't have to worry in the future. Really? DK laughed. Then I'll have to thank little friend Lin. Valley Lord, someone from the Pill Emperor Hall is here. The voice of a disciple drifted in from outside. DK and Lin Xian exchanged glances before saying in a low voice, "Let him in." Very quickly a disciple walked in. "We pay our respects to the Grand Hall Master. Get up, we've heard about what happened outside. You can return first. This old man will think of a solution." Yes, that disciple could only leave helplessly. "How about this? I'll make a trip to the Inscription Union, first to see if the Medicine Emperor Hall is up to any tricks. Take my token and go to the Pill Emperor Hall first." DK handed over a violet token. Sure. Lin Xian received it and kept it in his robes. After that, the two of them split up. Lin Xian quickly arrived at Wind Moon City. He wanted to understand the effects of the Snow Lotus Clear Jade Pill first. The city was bustling with noise and excitement. Cultivators came and went with expressions of excitement. However, the scene was somewhat strange. The Pill Emperor Hall's side was deserted, while the Medicine Emperor Courtyard's side was filled with a boiling cauldron of voices. Lin Xian squeezed through the crowd and spent a lot of effort to buy a few bottles of pills, other than the Snow Lotus Clear Jade Pill. He also bought the specialty pills of the Medicine Emperor Hall. There were recovery pills and tiger strength pills that increased attack power. After checking the effects of these pills, Lin Xian revealed a thoughtful expression. The effect of the Snow Lotus Clear Jade Pill was indeed better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. Moreover, the other two pills also had their own unique characteristics. For example, the Spirit Recovery Pill could restore about 30% of one's spiritual energy. However, one couldn't eat too much of this kind of thing. If one ate too much, their spiritual energy would become impure and their attack power would decrease. However, this was already the best recovery pill on the market. There was also the Tiger Strength Pill. It could increase one's attack power, temporarily strengthen one's muscles and bones, and increase one's combat power. However, there were also huge side effects. However, it was also a good choice to use it to save one's life. These were all top-grade pills in the Heavenly Mountain Empire, but in Lin Xian's eyes they were all trash. He had a mysterious expert like Lord Alcohol. Even if it was ordinary herbs, Lord Alcohol could refine top-grade spirit wine, completely defeating these pills. If we're going to play, let's play big this time. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile. Since he was participating in the competition, the Medicine Emperor Hall was his biggest enemy. He wouldn't be lenient. Otherwise, the White Dragon Ascension pill wouldn't be his. He asked for a few pill recipes from Lord Alcohol and prepared to show off his skills. Although Lord Alcohol threw these pill recipes over like trash, they were enough to deal with the Medicine Emperor Hall. Among these pill formulas, there were recovery type, healing type, beautiful type, etc. Lin Xian kept them properly as he walked towards the Pill Emperor Hall with a smile on his face. Compared to the Medicine Emperor Hall, the Pill Emperor Hall was frighteningly quiet. The entrance was cold and cheerless. Not even a shadow could be seen. The disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall sat there with bitter expressions. When they saw Lin Xian, they didn't have any intention of asking. Lin Xian frowned and walked in with large strides. "Where is everyone? Not selling anymore?" "We're selling. What do you want?" a disciple weakly asked. He didn't even want to move. The impact of the Snow Lotus Clear pill was too great. It was as if these people had lost their souls. Lin Xian revealed a smile. The more despair these people felt, the more dependent they would be on him. However, this smile was different in the eyes of the other disciples. "Brat, what are you smiling at? Are you mocking our Pill Emperor Hall?" A few disciples stood up in anger. Chapter 327. The Pill Emperor Hall was at its lowest point, and these disciples had lost their minds from the blow. When they saw Lin Xian smile, they naturally thought that he was mocking them. Our Pill Emperor Hall is not a place that anyone can bully. If you want to mock us, you should first consider your own capabilities. The surrounding disciples shouted angrily. Lin Xian helplessly rubbed his nose. These disciples were really made of glass. They couldn't even withstand such a small setback. Aren't you all too sensitive? Or are you all really failures? Lin Xian smiled. Which eye of yours saw that I was mocking you all? The dignified Pill Emperor Hall can't even withstand such a small setback? Lin Xian coldly shouted. Everyone's body trembled, awakening from their failure. They looked at Lin Xian blankly. Yeah, what's wrong with us? This won't do. We have to be alert. A few of them stepped forward, trying their best to calm down. What kind of pill do you want? Blood coagulation pill or antidote pill? Lin Xian blinked his eyes and slowly said, I don't want to buy pills. What? You don't want to buy pills? The group of disciples raged. If you don't want to buy, what are you doing here? Are you here to laugh at us? Get lost. We don't welcome you here. Lin Xian's eyes darkened. I want to see your palace lord. Quickly go and inform him. You want to see our palace lord? You think you can do that? The crowd sneered, looking at Lin Xian with an unfriendly expression. Do you know who our palace lord is? He's a peak existence in Sky Mountain Empire. Normally, even some harmonious spirit realm cultivators can't meet him. Who do you think you are? Get lost quickly, or don't blame us for being impolite. Yes, the third palace lord specifically said that we won't show any mercy to those who come to cause trouble. I have something to do with your palace lord. It's regarding the Pill King competition. And it was your first palace lord who invited me here, Lin Xian said in a low voice. You really are arrogant. First palace lord invited you here? You want to see our third palace lord? Dream on. The group of disciples' faces were ferocious. Some even took out their weapons. From their tone, Lin Xian could tell that these people were the third palace master's subordinates. It seems that the third hall master is indeed not a good person. Even his subordinates are so arrogant and despotic. Lin Xian sneered. He was not here to be bullied. What the hell? Don't you want to live anymore? A furious roar rang out. Young Master Wu is here. The group of people were overjoyed. Young Master Wu, this brat is causing trouble. He even said that he wants to see the palace master. Should we kick him out? It was Wu Xiaoyu who walked out of the hall. When he saw Lin Xian, his body stiffened and his face sank. Damn it, it's you again. Let's see who's going to save you in this young master's territory. Wu Xiaoyu gritted his teeth so hard that they were about to shatter. The humiliation he suffered in Pill King Valley was a great humiliation to him, so he was in a bad mood these days. Now, the main culprit has come knocking on his door. He can finally take revenge. Men, this brat is deliberately causing trouble. Take him down. Wu Xiaoyu almost roared. Yes, a group of people rushed over with bloodshot eyes. They were suppressed by the Medicine Emperor Hall to the point they couldn't breathe. They felt extremely uncomfortable in their hearts and needed to vent their frustrations. Thus, Lin Xian had become their outlet to vent their anger. Lin Xian's eyes narrowed. He spared this brat previously, but he didn't seem to regret it at all. Seems like the Pill Emperor Hall really needed to change hands. If not, who knew how many people would be bullied by them? A bunch of dogs, open your eyes and see what this is. Lin Xian took out a violet token and placed it in front of him. Bzzz. The air trembled as countless gusts of wind gushed forth from Lin Xian's body. The gusts of wind were like swords and sabers, blowing on the bodies of the people around him. The palace master's token. It was unknown who shouted. Instantly, everyone froze as their faces were filled with fear and unease. It's really the palace master's token. Could it be that what he said was true? I don't need to explain what the palace master's token represents, right? Lin Xian coldly laughed. In the Pill Emperor Hall, seeing the palace master's token was equivalent to seeing the palace master himself. How could these disciples not know this? We pay our respects to the first palace master. The group of disciples trembled. You dare to not pay your respects? Lin Xian held the palace master's token and walked in front of Wu Xiaoyu. Wu Xiaoyu was stunned for a moment before he was filled with rage. Again, he lost to Lin Xian. No, I can't accept this. He's just an ant. How can I bow to him? Wu Xiaoyu's eyes turned red. How do I know if this is true or not? He gritted his teeth. You still don't want to give up? Lin Xian channeled his spiritual energy into the token, forming a gigantic pill character that resembled a mountain in the air. I'm the son of the third palace master. There's no need for me to bow to him. Wu Xiaoyu quibbled again. Seems like you have forgotten the rules of the Pill Emperor Hall. Don't worry, I can remind you. Lin Xian slowly said. This is the first palace master's token. Let's not talk about you. Even if your father was here, he would still have to bow to him. So what if you have the token? Wu Xiaoyu couldn't stand it anymore. To tell you the truth, my father is the one who has the final say in the Pill Emperor Hall. Let's not talk about this token. Even if that old bastard were here, he wouldn't be able to do anything. As for you, go to hell. Wu Xiaoyu unleashed his harmonious spirit realm aura and waved his terrifying palm, wanting to kill Lin Xian. Everyone was shocked. Firstly, they were shocked by the aura of a harmonious spirit realm expert. Secondly, they were afraid that Lin Xian would really be killed. If that happened, the first palace master would definitely be furious. Kneel. Lin Xian also slammed his palm down. Silver lightning surged, forming a terrifying sea of lightning. Rumble. With a muffled sound, Wu Xiaoyu's palm dissipated. His body trembled violently as if he was struck by lightning. Crack! The huge force made him kneel on the ground, creating a deep pit. With just one strike, Wu Xiaoyu was forced to kneel on the ground. Everyone was dumbfounded, standing there like statues. That was the son of the third palace master, the famous little overlord of Sky Mountain Country. Moreover, he was a genuine harmonious spirit realm expert. Normally, Wu Xiaoyu could run amok everywhere. Even the nobles and aristocratic families didn't dare to offend this little overlord. But today he was actually kneeling in front of a young man. These disciples were scared silly, feeling as if the sky was about to collapse. Wu Xiaoyu kneeled on the ground. His head was also in a daze. He had already noticed that Lin Xian's cultivation was low, so he wanted to use his harmonious spirit realm cultivation to humiliate Lin Xian. However, he didn't expect that he would be the one being humiliated. Ah, I'm going to kill you. Wu Xiaoyu roared towards the sky. As soon as his voice was heard, countless cultivators rushed out from the Dan Emperor Hall, holding shiny weapons in their hands. At the same time, a figure flew over from the sky, carrying a powerful aura that seemed to be able to crush everything. Who dares to hurt my son? This voice formed a tsunami in the air, fusing with the surrounding spiritual energy, forming a terrifying wave that rushed towards Lin Xian. Humph! Lin Xian lifted Wu Xiaoyu up and placed him in front of his body. At the same time, his body emitted a silver light. Hua! The waves that filled the sky retreated, as if they were afraid of hurting Wu Xiaoyu. Brat, who are you? How dare you cause trouble in the Dan Emperor Hall? The third palace master coldly shouted. The elite cultivators behind him rushed over. The second palace master also walked over with his walking stick. Do you really think that the Dan Emperor Hall is easy to bully? I'm here to save you. Lin Xian sneered and threw Wu Xiaoyu out. Chapter 328. Plop! Wu Xiaoyu landed on the ground and jumped up like a spring. He roared madly, Father, kill him, kill him! You, are you injured? Come, take a blood coagulation pill. The third palace master was worried. Seeing that Wu Xiaoyu was fine, he turned his head and looked at Lin Xian. However, when he saw the token in Lin Xian's hand, he immediately retracted his murderous gaze. Palace Lord's token! The third palace master cried out involuntarily. The second palace master was also surprised. She carefully examined the token and found that it was indeed a palace lord's token. "You were sent by the first palace lord?" she asked doubtfully. "Wrong. I wasn't sent by him. It was the first palace lord who invited me." Lin Xian's lips curled up. "He invited you?" Everyone was stunned. Was this guy crazy? "Why did he invite you?" the third palace master asked. He was still afraid of the first palace lord. "Naturally, I'm here to save you," Lin Xian said in a low voice. "The Pill Emperor Hall is suppressed to the point that we can't even raise our heads. Don't you want to resist?" Hearing this, the surrounding disciples trembled. Even the two palace masters fell silent. Of course they wanted to, but they didn't have a solution. "Father, don't listen to his nonsense. He's just a kid who hasn't even grown his hair yet. What solution can he have?" Wu Xiaoyu yelled madly. "Shut up." Although the third palace master loved his son, the competition was more important to him. "You really have a solution?" he asked. "Of course. Why else would I be here?" Lin Xian laughed. Lin Xian's calmness didn't seem to be an act at all. "Young master, please come in. My son is still young. Please forgive him." The third palace master was indeed a character. He knew when to yield and when to stand tall. At this moment, it was as if he had forgotten what happened just now. The second palace master also laughed. Since he was invited by the first palace lord, he is naturally an honored guest of the Pill Emperor Hall. "Men, quickly prepare the best spirit tea." A group of people carefully escorted Lin Xian into the Pill Emperor Hall, as though Lin Xian was the Pill Emperor himself. The surrounding disciples were all dumbfounded. Wasn't this attitude change a little too fast? He's so young. What kind of expert could he be? "Show, you can't judge a book by its cover. Maybe he just likes to keep a low profile." A group of disciples whispered, their faces filled with lingering fear. It had to be said that the palace master token was very useful. The two palace masters' attitudes towards Lin Xian had also changed. Seems like the reputation of the first palace lord was still there. Not only that, they had been suppressed by the Medicine Emperor Hall for far too long. They didn't want to miss out on any opportunity. Lin Xian was invited to a large hall. Aside from the two hall masters, there were also a few other elders, all of whom were alchemy grandmasters. Everyone gathered to see if Lin Xian had any ideas. "Lin Gongzi, do you really have a way to contend against the Medicine Emperor courtyard?" the group of elders asked. It wasn't that they didn't believe him, but Lin Xian was too young. If it was an old man, maybe they would be more convinced. "I know everyone doesn't believe me because I'm young, but this time I'm here on the orders of my master to help the Pill Emperor Hall. So, you don't have to worry about this. If you don't believe me, you can ask the first palace lord later." "Master? So that's the case. I don't think this brat is an alchemy grandmaster." The group of elders suddenly understood. Even the two palace masters started to believe him. Lin Xian smiled. "However, this time, I'm not helping you for free. It's a deal." "A deal?" Everyone was stunned, but they soon understood. Indeed, there was no free lunch in this world. "I wonder what reward Lin Gongzi's master wants," the third hall master asked. "As for the reward, we've already discussed it when the first palace lord asked for my master's help," Lin Xian slowly said. "I don't need any treasured weapons or spirit stones. I only need a white dragon ascension pill." "What? White dragon ascension pill?" Everyone exclaimed. "Lin Gongzi's master is really arrogant. Yeah, that's a 5th grade pill." and it's an ancient pill. The group of elders were unwilling, and even the 2 hall masters were frowning. A 5th-grade pill has never appeared in the Heavenly Mountain Empire before. This is the first time. To us, it's extremely precious. The 2nd hall master said, "Why don't we exchange it for something else? How many spirit stones do you want? We can satisfy you." "Yes, just say the word," the 3rd hall master said. Lin Xian laughed. He wasn't worried at all. "Although the White Dragon Ascension pill is precious, without my master's help, do you think you can obtain it?" Everyone fell silent. In the current situation, they had no chance of winning. At that time, not only will we not be able to obtain the pill, the reputation of the Pill Emperor Hall will also be damaged. Lin Xian laughed. "I heard that the champion of the Pill King competition has always been the Pill Emperor Hall. And that's how the name of the Pill Emperor Hall came about. If we lose the competition, I'm afraid we won't be able to use the words Pill Emperor Hall in the future." Everyone couldn't sit still. What Lin Xian said was the truth. If they lost the competition, they wouldn't have the face to call themselves the Pill Emperor anymore. "I want the pill, and you all want the reputation. If we each take what we need, wouldn't that be a happy ending?" I agree with Lin Gongzi, and I also believe in the 1st hall master. An elder spoke. The one who spoke was Elder Jean. He used to be part of the 1st hall master's faction. "Old Jean, I'm afraid you don't have the right to speak here." Another elder coldly laughed. "Everything still needs to be decided by the 2 hall masters." "Yeah, and I also don't agree to exchange the White Dragon Ascension pill." Another elderly spoke. Currently, we are only listening to Lin Gongzi's narration. As for the strength of his master, we have no idea at all. It's not good to be so careless. "Yeah, since he has the strength, why don't we talk about it after he concocts the pill? If he can defeat the Medicine Emperor Hall, it wouldn't be too late to talk about the conditions then." Other than Elder Jean, the others were all subordinates of the 3rd hall master. At this moment, they actually had the idea of gaining something without risking anything. The 3rd hall master nodded his head in agreement. "I agree with the elders. Lin Gongzi, why don't you concoct the pill first? After you successfully defeat the Medicine Emperor Hall, we can talk about the conditions then. After all, a 5th-grade pill is extremely precious. We can't be careless. But don't worry, we definitely won't let you suffer a loss." Lin Xian laughed. "Seems like you all don't have any sincerity. Honestly speaking, with my master strength, it's not necessary for him to choose your Pill Emperor Hall. If it wasn't for your 1st hall master begging me, I wouldn't have come here. Since you all aren't willing, I will find someone else." There are many people participating in the Pill Emperor competition, be it the Wang clan or the Du clan. When the time comes and someone else obtains the title of Pill Emperor, don't cry. Lin Xian flicked his sleeves, preparing to leave. Seeing Lin Xian leaving, these people started to panic. However, they were truly unwilling to give up on the White Dragon Ascension pill. Just like this, they could only watch as Lin Xian walked further and further away. At this moment, a black silhouette descended from the skies, shouting loudly, "Little friend Lin, please wait!" Chapter 329. Just as Lin Xian was about to leave, a figure descended from the skies, blocking Lin Xian's path. "Little friend Lin, let's talk things over." "Grand Hall Lord, the Grand Hall Lord is here." Seeing the figure in black, the crowd stood up in shock. One must know that the Grand Hall Lord was usually in the Pill King Valley and hadn't come to the Pill Emperor Hall for many years. Now that he appeared, it naturally caused a commotion. Elder Jean was so agitated that his body trembled as tears flowed down his cheeks. He belonged to the Grand Hall Lord's faction and had followed him in the past. But in recent years, the Grand Hall Lord didn't care about matters, and the Pill Emperor Hall was controlled by the 3rd Hall Lord. Now that he saw the Grand Hall Lord, he was exceptionally happy. Little friend Lin, follow me. The Grand Hall Lord's acting was on point. He laughed as he pulled Lin Xian's hand and pushed the wheelchair into the Grand Hall. Grand Hall Lord, why are you here? Some of the elders had an unnatural expression on their faces. Humph, if this old man didn't come, the Pill Emperor Hall's face would have been thrown away by you all. The Grand Hall Lord's expression sank. When he was angry, he naturally emitted the aura of a spirit transformation realm expert, causing the entire Grand Hall to turn silent. Grand Hall Lord, don't be anxious. This matter is too sudden. The Second Hall Lord said. No one knew that the Medicine Emperor Hall had such methods. I think they must have invited helpers. Yes, they have helpers. Many elders agreed. Humph. Old DK's gaze swept over, like a heavenly blade, incomparably cold. So what if they have helpers? This competition didn't say that we can invite helpers. It's their ability to invite a supreme alchemist. If you have the ability, invite him too. The group of people didn't say anything. All of them lowered their heads and feigned ignorance. Old DK was so angry. Seems like the Pill Emperor Hall had been tormented by the Third Hall Lord all these years. It's fine if you all don't have the ability, but you all even dared to chase away the person I invited. Are your guts getting bigger and bigger? Old DK coldly asked. Grand Hall Lord, this brat is going too far, asking for the White Dragon Ascension Pill the moment he opened his mouth. Isn't he robbing us? Elderly said. That's right. We don't know his true identity, so we don't dare to agree rashly, the Third Palace Master said slowly. So you don't even believe me? Old man, DK was enraged. I'm not here to discuss this matter with you. I'm here to inform you that since little friend Lin has helped the Pill Emperor Hall obtain the championship, the White Dragon Ascension Pill will belong to him. No. First Palace Master, please reconsider. The Second Palace Master also advised. I'll tell you the truth. Not only did little friend Lin's master send him to help us, he even gave me an ancient grade 4 pill formula. So, there's no room for negotiation. What? Ancient grade 4 pill formula? Everyone was stunned. Their eyes were burning with passion. This was too tempting. One had to know that although the White Dragon Ascension pill was precious, there was only one. However, the ancient 4th grade pill recipes were different. As long as one could master them, they would be able to create endless wealth. The Third Palace Master was anxious. His face could not be any darker. No matter how good the ancient grade 4 pill recipe was, it had nothing to do with him. That pill recipe was in the hands of old man DK, and he wouldn't even get a single strand of it. Who else has an opinion on this matter? Old man DK asked coldly. The Third Palace Master wanted to say something, but was stopped by the Second Palace Master's gaze. Then this matter is settled. Little friend Lin will be in charge of the first round of the Pill King competition. We can't lose this round. Otherwise, the Pill Emperor Hall will collapse. Old man DK's roar shocked everyone. Lin Xian calmed down and began to prepare to concoct the pill. However, he alone was not enough to concoct the pill. Even if old man DK was included, it still wouldn't be enough. After all, the consumption of healing pills was too large. It wasn't something that could be solved by 1 or 2 people. Fortunately, old man DK was prepared for this. He brought along his trusted disciples from the Pill King Valley and Elder Jean to form a temporary team. These were all people that he trusted. Lin Xian divided the concoction into several parts and assigned them to different tasks. This way, not only would it increase the efficiency, it would also ensure that the pill formula and concoction method would not be exposed. In the blink of an eye, 10 days had passed. The situation in the Heavenly Mountain Empire was one-sided. Other than the Medicine Emperor Hall, the other participating powers were all suppressed to the point that they couldn't even raise their heads. Moreover, What surprised everyone was that the Pill Emperor Hall didn't make any moves. Is the Pill Emperor Hall going to lose? Everyone was shocked. One must know that before this, the champion of the Pill King competition had always been the Pill Emperor Hall. Not only were the outsiders guessing, even the elders of the Pill Emperor Hall were panicking. The two palace masters were also waiting outside the alchemy room with gloomy expressions. Liar, that brat must be a liar. Elder Li's face was malevolent. It's already been 10 days and there's no movement at all. If this continues, we'll definitely lose. That's right. Third Palace Master, you guys should make a decision. Father, I already said that brat is unreliable. Why don't we take this opportunity to chase him out? Wu Xiaoyu said viciously. Just as the third palace master was about to speak, the stone door of the alchemy room opened. Ka ka ka! The ground trembled slightly as the stone door slowly opened. A medicinal fragrance drifted out. It smells so good. What kind of pill is this? Many elders' eyes lit up. Even the two palace masters were puzzled as they exchanged glances. Who wants to chase me out? Lin Xian smiled as he walked out. You or you? The elders shook their heads, not daring to answer. What a joke! Didn't he see the first palace master sitting behind him? First palace master, how's the pill? Granny Yuehua asked. Old man DK sat in his wheelchair and laughed in a low voice. Very good. We'll definitely win this time. Honestly speaking, he knew that Lin Xian was amazing and that the pill he concocted was extraordinary. But when the pill was successfully concocted, he realized that he had still underestimated Lin Xian's ability. The effect of this pill was 30% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill he researched. It was even 20% better than the Snow Lotus Jade Clear pill from the Medicine Emperor Hall. Old man DK believed that once this pill was released, it would definitely topple the entire Heavenly Mountain Empire's medicinal pill market. Don't we need to test the pill? A group of people was puzzled. Yes, but we have to test the pill in front of all the martial artists and let them know that our pill is the best. Old man DK laughed loudly. Test the pill in front of everyone. Everyone was stunned. This was an extremely dangerous matter. If they didn't handle it well, they might lose their reputation. First Palace Master, you have to think twice. Don't say any more. Old man Jean, lead the disciples to spread the news. Remember, you must spread it widely. This time, we must destroy the Medicine Emperor Hall. All right, I got it. Elder Jean left with a face full of smiles. Lin Xian, Old man DK, and the others also left, leaving behind the dazed crowd. Did you notice that the first palace master is different this time? Granny Yuehua asked with narrowed eyes. Chapter 330. He's even more arbitrary than before. The third hall master's face turned gloomy. No, I feel that he's more cheerful and confident than before. Granny Yuehua replied. It's as though he's no longer worried about his legs. You mean his legs are healed? The third hall master's expression changed. Impossible. No one can cure that kind of poison. Granny Yuehua sighed. I used to think so too. But this time, Lin Xian and his mysterious master appeared out of nowhere. We have no choice but to be on our guard. That old freak might use the White Dragon Ascension pill to exchange for a chance to cure his legs. What should we do? The third hall master asked. Wait and see. If that Lin Xian is really that miraculous, we'll take extreme measures. Granny Yuehua suddenly laughed coldly. Just as the Pill Emperor Hall was busy preparing, the Medicine Emperor Hall once again announced that they would be releasing a new medicine 3 days later. This time, other than recovery-type pills, there would also be new offensive-type pills. The moment the news came out, the entire Heavenly Mountain Empire was shaken. Heavens, the Medicine Emperor Hall is going to defy the heavens. So many new pills, are they still humans? I bet the Medicine Emperor Hall will definitely be the champion this time. Everyone was discussing fervently, feeling that there was no suspense in this competition. In the past, the Medicine Emperor Hall would already be very impressive if they could release a new medicine. But this time, they actually released new pills one after another. The other participants were all lamenting. This year's competition was the most stifling they've ever been. In the past, they could still release 1 or 2 new medicines, but this year they had no chance at all. However, when they thought of the Pill Emperor Hall that stood at the peak of the Heavenly Mountain Empire, they felt much better in their hearts. However, this feeling only lasted for half a day before it was broken. After the Medicine Emperor Hall, the Pill Emperor Hall also announced that they would be releasing a new medicine. Everyone was agitated. Was the Pill Emperor Hall going to retaliate? However, the people from the Medicine Emperor Hall didn't take it to heart. They maintained their arrogant attitude, completely ignoring them. At this moment, in the Medicine Emperor Hall, a group of elders were sitting in the main hall, preparing for the announcement 3 days later. This Pill Emperor Hall is really courting death. They actually dare to release their new medicine on the same day as us. Humph! What new medicine can they have? It's just a last-ditch effort. Unless they also find helpers. But in the vicinity of the Heavenly Mountain Empire, there are no other alchemy masters like Elder Blackheart. This time around, we have to crush the Pill Emperor Hall in one go, making it so that they will never be able to rise again. Pill Emperor Hall. Hearing that the Medicine Emperor Courtyard was going to release another new medicine, the elders' faces turned ugly. Damn it, who the hell did they find? How can there be a new drug? Oh no, oh no. I'm dead for sure this time. The first hall master is actually announcing it on the same day as them, and he's even going to the opposite side of the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. I won't go even if you beat me to death. The group of elders complained, while the 2 hall masters sat there with dark faces. In the alchemy room, DK frowned. Little friend Lin, even though the effects of the new medicine this time are great, it's only a small victory. It's still difficult to win against the Medicine Emperor Court. Don't be afraid. Since I brought you here, I'm naturally prepared. Lin Xian smiled. Actually, I've already thought of this situation. I have a few pill recipes here that involve recovery, attack, and beauty. This time, not only do we have to win, we have to beat them into a pulp. Lin Xian smiled and took out a few pill recipes. The White Dragon Ascension pill is mine, so we can't lose. Great. DK hugged the pill recipes, his eyes shining. Once these pills are released, the Medicine Emperor Court is finished. At that time, it's not impossible for the Pill Emperor Hall to unify the Heavenly Mountain Empire. The 2 of them hurriedly started to refine the pills. This time, they didn't refine too many. As long as they made a name for themselves, they could find someone else to refine them for them in the future. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. On this day, the Wind Moon City was exceptionally lively. The streets were packed with people. The Medicine Emperor Court's booth this time was at the center of the Wind Moon City, the Wind Moon Plaza. There, the booth had already been set up. They were just waiting for the time to come to open it. Martial artists were standing all around the booth, all of them waiting impatiently. In fact, there was another booth beside the Medicine Emperor Court. It was just that there weren't many people there, so no one paid attention to it. And that was the Pill Emperor Hall's booth. Idiots, they actually sold their pills at the same place as us. Did the Pill Emperor Hall's head get squeezed by a door? An elder from the Medicine Emperor Court sneered. Ignore them. After today, the Pill Emperor Hall will become history. We will be the new overlord of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. Song Yunqing said in a low voice. Pill Emperor Hall. Lin Xian woke up from his cultivation. Although he had been busy with the pill concoction these days, he didn't neglect his cultivation. After a simple breakfast, he prepared to leave. Today was the day of the new pill's release. He couldn't miss this good timing. Ouch, my stomach hurts. No, I really can't. I'm too tired from yesterday's pill concoction. I really can't walk. In the hall, a group of elders pretended to be sick and found excuses, refusing to leave. They didn't want to stand on the stage and be slapped in the face. If that really happened, they might as well kill themselves. Forget it. Don't bother with these trash. DK sighed. Old Jean, bring our disciples and set off. The two of you, if you don't want to be hall masters anymore, you don't have to come. After speaking, DK turned and left, leaving behind a group of dumbfounded people. The third hall master's face turned black. He also didn't want to go, but as a hall master, he had to go. I really want to see what kind of pills this Lin Xian can take out. Wu Xiaoyu was extremely excited. He couldn't wait for Lin Xian to be slapped in the face. Just like this, the 3 hall masters all went. Other than them, there was also an elder and Wu Xiaoyu. The rest were all disciples. None of the elders went. The people from the Pill Emperor Hall walked on the streets, instantly attracting the attention of the crowd. Look, it's the people from the Pill Emperor Hall. I heard they also have a product release. I wonder if their pills this time will be better than the ones from the Medicine Emperor Court? They are actually at the same place as the Medicine Emperor Court? The people in the Wind Moon Plaza were in an uproar. Everyone's hearts were filled with excitement, waiting for a good show to take place. They really dare to come. Song Yunxing stood on a high platform and looked down. Other than the 3 hall masters, there's only 1 elder. Seems like those people aren't willing to come and embarrass themselves. Many people sneered. Aren't they from the Pill Emperor Hall? Song Yunxing stood on a high platform and said, I didn't expect that even the first hall master would come. Seems like you put in a lot of effort this time, right? Yeah, Vice Hall Master Song's move is very clever. It really made me worried for a few days. DK said, but it's different now. Our new pill has a breakthrough. We won't be passive anymore. Is that so? Now that you mention it, I'm really looking forward to it. Song Yunxing laughed. You will see. DK led the crowd to the stage at the side. Let's start setting it up. The disciples were busy, but at this moment, the Medicine Emperor Court was about to start. Chapter 331. On the Wind Moon Plaza, the 2 stages weren't far from each other. The air was filled with the smell of gunpowder. It was obvious that the 2 clans were preparing to go all out. The surrounding cultivators were all excited. They didn't care about the title, they only cared about the medicinal ingredients. As long as you could bring out a good medicinal pill, these cultivators would support you with all their might. After all, the medicinal pills were related to their lives. They wouldn't joke around with their lives. Apart from the ordinary cultivators, there were also many representatives from the other clans present. There were also some major sects and aristocratic clans that were invited by the Medicine Emperor Courtyard. Compared to the fiery atmosphere of the other side, the Pill Emperor Hall's side was a little cold. The 3rd hall master sat on the stage with a heavy expression, his cold gaze shooting towards Lin Xian from time to time. It's all because of this brat. What kind of rotten idea did he come up with to make me suffer here? However, Lin Xian and DK both had confident smiles on their faces. They were silently waiting for an opportunity. Not long after, an elder from the Medicine Emperor Courtyard walked out and said in a clear voice, Everyone, thank you for participating in this new medicine exhibition. As everyone knows, medicinal pills are a field that cultivators pay close attention to. Our Medicine Emperor Courtyard has always been working hard to improve the quality of our medicinal pills, so that everyone can use better pills. Previously, when our healing pill, the Snow Lotus Clear pill, was launched, it received good reviews. Even some elders from the Pill Emperor Hall secretly bought our pills. To us, this is also a kind of affirmation. After speaking, this elder even looked at the Pill Emperor Hall's stage provocatively. Instantly, the crowd burst into laughter. The expressions of those from the Pill Emperor Hall turned ugly as they glared at the elder. "Bullshit! We didn't buy any medicinal pills at all," Wu Xiaoyu shouted in anger. However, the other party didn't care at all. Not only that, the laughter of the surrounding cultivators grew even thicker. "Idiot! It's useless even if you try to explain. The best way now is to give them a tight slap in the face." Lin Xian coldly laughed. "You still dare to say that? It's all because of you, little thief, that we lost face together with you." Wu Xiaoyu glared at Lin Xian in anger. "Idiot!" Lin Xian directly closed his eyes. Over at the Medicine Emperor courtyard side, they continued, "This time we've made a new breakthrough in the field of recovery pills. Profound Essence Pill instantly recovers 40% of one's spiritual energy and can be consumed consecutively within 2 hours," the elder from the Medicine Emperor courtyard announced. What? Everyone was stunned. This effect was too good. It was much better than the spirit-restoring pill from before. The participating forces were also stunned. Taking 2 pills in 2 hours, this is a shocking breakthrough. It had to be known that the previous recovery-type pills could only be taken once and could not be taken consecutively. Otherwise, the spiritual energy in the body would be turbid, and in serious cases, it would cause the cultivation level to drop. However, the appearance of the Profound Yuan pill broke this phenomenon. This had a huge impact on martial artists. Think about it, if 2 martial artists were dueling and both had no spiritual power left, they could only rely on pills to win. At this moment, if one of them could successively submit twice, it would have a huge impact on the outcome of the battle. "Sai, we've lost. We've completely lost." The alchemists shook their heads continuously. "So miraculous? Is it true?" The martial artists below were somewhat doubtful. "Everyone, our Medicine Emperor courtyard is absolutely honest when doing business." The elder smiled and said, "The pills have already been sent to the Inscription Union. I believe there will be a result soon. Moreover, this time we have prepared some pills. Everyone can test them on the spot." Test them on the spot. Everyone's eyes lit up. This was the best way to verify the pills. "I'll do it." A black-clothed youth stepped onto the stage. "Hee, it's actually a disciple of the Black Wind sect. Sorry for the disrespect." The elder from the Medicine Emperor courtyard laughed. "The Black Wind sect is a top sect. With their disciple doing the experiment, I believe everyone should be relieved." "Of course, we believe in the Black Wind sect." The martial artists below responded. "Then let's begin." That disciple seemed to have a special secret technique. He actually consumed all the spiritual energy in his body in an instant. Receiving a Profound Yuan pill, the disciple of the Black Wind sect quickly swallowed it. In an instant, he recovered his spiritual energy again. His fists danced and struck out with the Gale fist art. "Indeed, I've recovered 40%, the disciple said. Then he dispersed his spiritual energy again and swallowed another pill. Whoosh! A green light flashed. The disciple's face was filled with excitement. He was so excited that he almost shouted. "It can be used continuously. It's true, it's true." Hua! The crowd was in an uproar. "I want to reserve 100 pills. I want all of them." The martial artists below were completely stirred up. "I'm from Sang Huiching's He clan. Give me 10,000 pills. I'm from the Black Wind sect. I want to cooperate with you for a long time." In an instant, all kinds of voices could be heard. The scene was extremely lively. Song Yunqing looked at the crowd around the stage and laughed heartily. Beside him, Elder Heixin also nodded slightly. The elders of the Medicine Emperor courtyard were abnormally excited. At this rate, they would soon occupy the entire market of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. At that time, they would be the #1 pill power. Thinking of the spirit stones rolling in the future, these people would probably wake up laughing in their sleep. On the other hand, the Pill Emperor Hall was furious. Except for Lin Xian and Old Man DK, the others could no longer sit still. Little friend Lin, is it enough? Old Man DK asked. Lin Xian opened his eyes. It's enough. After speaking, he picked up the golden gong beside him and banged it nonstop. This golden gong was a treasured artifact. Under Lin Xian's banging, a loud and unpleasant sound rang out, causing the fiery crowd to quieten down. What the hell, my ears? Has the Pill Emperor Hall gone mad? On the opposite side, the people of the Medicine Emperor courtyard were also infuriated. An elder sneered. What's wrong? Are you jealous after seeing our pills? Even if you're jealous, you can't be like this. If you have the ability, then take out a new pill. What's the point of causing trouble here? The surrounding martial artists nodded. Some of them had unfriendly expressions as they looked at the Pill Emperor Hall stage. Lin Xian saw that the majority of the people were looking at him. He instantly put down the golden gong. Everyone, I'm not intentionally causing trouble. I'm just afraid that you guys are wasting money. Seeing you guys like this, my heart hurts. Lin Xian clutched his chest as he spoke. Wasting money? How is it wasting money? The people of the Medicine Emperor courtyard grew anxious. What's the hurry? I'm not done yet. Lin Xian didn't give them a chance to speak. Let me ask, how many of you have bought the Snow Lotus Clear Pill? Instantly, several people raised their hands in acknowledgement. Lin Xian stared at the crowd as he sighed and shook his head. And you still say that you guys didn't waste money? If you guys had waited until now, I dare to guarantee that you would have gotten a better pill. Brat, what nonsense are you talking about? The elder from the Medicine Emperor courtyard grew anxious as a terrifying aura gushed forth from him. Don't be anxious, let him continue. I want to see what tricks he has up his sleeves. Song Yunxing's face sank as he spoke. Everyone, our Pill Emperor Hall is going to introduce a new healing pill called the 100 Grass Pill. Its effects are 30% higher than the blood coagulation pill, far surpassing the Snow Lotus Clear Pill. What? The crowd was stunned. Chapter 332. The effect was 30% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. This was incredible news. One must know that the Snow Lotus Pure Pill was only 10% better than the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill. Based on this, the 100 Herbs Pill was 20% better than the Snow Lotus Pure Pill. Everyone was stunned. Their first thought was that it was impossible. This pill was way ahead of the Sky Hill Empire. Full of nonsense. The elder from the Medicine Emperor Hall coldly snorted. 30% better effect? Aren't you exaggerating a little too much? If there was such a miraculous medicine, why didn't you take it out earlier? Yeah, it's obviously fake. He must be here to cause trouble. The disciples from the Medicine Emperor Hall roared. Lin Xian wasn't in a hurry. He slowly said, If I took it out earlier, how can I slap your faces now? You, the elder from the Medicine Emperor Hall, was so angry that his entire body was trembling. Song Yunqing's expression also darkened. Originally, it was a good product launch, but because of Lin Xian, it had completely lost its effect. Where did this brat come from? Do you guys know him? The people around him shook their heads. Song Qianqian gnashed her teeth and said, It's him. You know him? Song Yunqing looked at his daughter. I met him on the ship. This brat isn't from the Sky Hill Empire. Song Qianqian's face turned cold. Where did this brat come from? Get lost quickly. If he continues to cause trouble, don't blame us for being impolite. The elder from the Medicine Emperor Hall emitted a terrifying aura. However, Lin Xian directly ignored him. He said in a clear voice, The 100 Herbs Pill has already been sent to the Inscription Union. There should be a result in 2 days. However, in order to prove to everyone, we have decided to test the medicine on the spot. The warrior who will be testing the medicine this time is the son of our third hall master, Wu Xiaoyu. Such a move is enough to show our confidence in the new medicine. What? The little tyrant is testing the medicine? The crowd was in an uproar. They rushed to the Pill Emperor Hall's booth like a tidal wave. In an instant, the booth was completely surrounded. There was no helping it. The effect of the 100 herbs pill was too shocking. If it was real, it would be enough to topple the market. Damn it! When did I say I'm testing the medicine? Wu Xiaoyu jumped up. The third palace master's face also darkened. He had never seen a new medicine before, so he did not believe that it could increase the effect by 30%. Now he was actually using his son to test the medicine. This was obviously premeditated murder. Dad, I won't go. I won't go even if I die. Wu Xiaoyu was scared and kept begging. First palace master, isn't this a little too much? The third palace master asked in a deep voice. Whether or not we can succeed this time depends on you. Sending your son up is the most persuasive. For us, there is nothing to lose, DK said slowly. At this juncture, do you think I will harm you? Hee, young Master Wu is a little shy. Everyone, give him some time, Lin Xian said loudly from the front. The surrounding cultivators roared with laughter, and the entire audience cheered. Wu Xiaoyu's expression was ferocious. He even had the intention to kill. I'll kill you. Xiaoyu, the third palace master, suddenly shouted in a deep voice. Go test the medicine. What? Am I your biological daughter? Wu Xiaoyu panicked. We've never even seen that new medicine before. Who knows what effects it has? What if there are some side effects? What should I do then? This is a competition between us and the Medicine Emperor courtyard. I believe the first palace master won't joke about the future of the Pill Emperor Hall. So, go test the medicine obediently. The third palace master wasn't an ordinary person. Although testing the medicine would make his son suffer a little, for the sake of the competition, everything was worth it. Wu Xiaoyu's face fell. He reluctantly walked forward and glared at Lin Xian. He wanted to eat him up. Did they really let the little tyrant test the medicine? However, the surrounding cultivators were stunned. Even the people from the Medicine Emperor courtyard couldn't sit still. Could it be that the Pill Emperor Hall really has a healing medicine? Song Yunqing's expression changed. In this situation, not many people were looking at their booth. They all ran to the Pill Emperor Hall, so they could only watch. It must be fake. Competing with us is just asking for humiliation. The elders sneered. At the Pill Emperor Hall's booth, Wu Xiaoyu stood there with a gloomy face. His eyes seemed to be able to kill. However, the pressure of a harmonious spirit expert had no effect on Lin Xian. Lin Xian picked up a mystic grade sword and said with a smile, "Let the examination begin." Hearing this, the surrounding martial artists were excited. Wu Xiaoyu, on the other hand, circulated his spiritual energy to form a tight defense. His defense was very secretive, but it could not be hidden from the experts present. He's actually using a defensive technique. Looks like this Wu Xiaoyu is very unwilling. That brat is obviously not at the harmonious spirit realm. Even if he has a precious weapon, he might not be able to break through Wu Xiaoyu's defense. Looks like they're not harmonious internally. I really hope they screw up. Let's see how they'll clean up the mess then. The elders of the Medicine Emperor courtyard sneered. Lin Xian naturally saw through Wu Xiaoyu's little trick, but he didn't take it to heart. Wu Xiaoyu was only an early harmonious spirit realm warrior, and judging from his poor luck, it was obvious that he had used pills to forcefully increase his cultivation. This kind of trash, Lin Xian could destroy him in a matter of minutes. With a flash of sword light, the sharp sword light glided towards Wu Xiaoyu. Puff! Ah! Suddenly, a miserable scream was heard. Wu Xiaoyu's face was distorted, and he screamed like a pig being slaughtered. On his chest, there was a terrifying sword wound. Hiss! Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. It seemed like the Pill Emperor Palace was serious. The elders of the Medicine Emperor courtyard widened their eyes. They were laughing at Lin Xian for not being able to break through the defense, but they didn't expect to be slapped in the face in the next moment. Song Yunqing's face was gloomy. He had a very bad premonition in his heart. On the other side, the third palace master's face couldn't be any darker. It's just a pill test. There's no need to be so ruthless. The third palace master's tone was unfriendly. Hee, young man, it's normal for you to not control your strength well. Old man DK laughed. Wu Xiaoyu covered his wound and gritted his teeth. You're taking revenge. You're right. Lin Xian transmitted his voice to him. Wu Xiaoyu was so angry that his whole body was trembling. His chest was heaving up and down, and the spirit energy in his body was surging rapidly. Young Master Wu, you can't use your spirit energy now. Otherwise, your wound will automatically heal and you won't be able to test the pill. At that time, I'm afraid I'll have to use another sword. Wu Xiaoyu's body was trembling, and his face was incomparably ugly. However, he didn't dare to use his spirit energy. Everyone, it's time to witness a miracle. Lin Xian took out 100 herbs pill. Wu Xiaoyu sullenly swallowed it, and stood at the side waiting for the pill to take effect. At this moment, everyone in the square held their breaths. In a moment, the blood on Wu Xiaoyu's body stopped flowing, and the wound quickly healed. Not long after, the entire wound was clotted, and there was an obvious improvement. Everyone's mouth was wide open. Everyone can see that the wound is clotting very quickly, and the injured area is constantly improving. Lin Xian quickly said. Wu Xiaoyu was stunned. He originally thought that Lin Xian was just taking revenge on him, but he didn't expect the 100 herbs pill to be so miraculous. At this moment, other than Lin Xian and old man DK, everyone was stunned. There's actually such a miraculous pill in the world. Am I dreaming? Chapter 333. After a moment of silence, the entire Wind Moon Plaza was in an uproar. These people clamored to be the first to place their orders. The Black Wind sect and the other major powers were also shocked. Not only were they shocked by the miraculous effects of the 100 herbs pill, they were also staring at Lin Xian. Wasn't this Brett the person they were searching for? Isn't he a cultivator from a remote country? How is he related to the Pill Emperor Hall? What should we do? Should we make a move? Not for now. There's news from the southwest that the Purgatory Hall and the Purple Demon Hall have revived. They have already taken control of that area. Even if we ask them, we won't be able to go there. Not only that, this brat is so close to the Pill Emperor Hall. At this crucial moment, it's best not to touch him. If not, the Pill Emperor Hall will go crazy. In an instant, the various major powers made their decision. They acted as if they didn't know Lin Xian, passionately discussing business with the Pill Emperor Hall. On the opposite side, those from the Medicine Emperor Hall were stunned. How did the situation change in an instant? The elders from the Medicine Emperor Hall had pale faces as their bodies trembled. They couldn't accept this reality. I don't believe it. This must be fake. Someone went to buy a pill. In the end, when he returned, his expression was dispirited. This pill is indeed better than ours. Song Yunqing stood up abruptly, his expression dark as he stared at the booth in front of him. Beside him, Elder Blackheart's eyes flickered with a demonic light. Elder Blackheart, do you have any other methods? Can you take out a pill better than the 100 herbs pill? Song Yunqing asked. I do, but the price is astronomical. Not only that, you might not be able to concoct it. Elder Blackheart said in a low voice. In the aspect of healing pills, I'm afraid there's no other pill that can surpass the 100 herbs pill. Indeed, the 100 herbs pill was good, but the price was cheap. Such a pill was simply invincible. Damn it, it shouldn't be like this. Song Yunqing clenched his fists. He had been waiting for this day for a long time. First, he would defeat the Pill Emperor Hall in the aspect of healing pills. Then he would take out other new pills, further dominating the market. At that time, not only would he win the first round, he would also control the Heavenly Mountain market. But today, the Pill Emperor Hall gave him a ruthless slap on his face. Something's not right. Song Yunqing's eyes flickered with a cold light. The Pill Emperor Hall doesn't have such capabilities. They must have a helper. Don't tell me it's that brat. He saw Lin Xian. But no matter how he looked at it, Lin Xian did not look like an alchemy master. Investigate. We must investigate thoroughly. Dean, what should we do now? An elder asked. The healing field is their market to begin with. The current situation is, at most, a tie. It's just going back to how it was in the beginning. We still have the Xian Yuan Dan in our hands, and we even have an attack-type pill. As long as we operate properly, victory will still belong to us. Yes, we still have Xian Yuan pills. Hope was restored in the eyes of the surrounding elders. The news of the 100-herb pill seemed to have grown wings as it spread throughout Wind Moon City and even spread to the entire Tian Shan Kingdom. Moreover, the Inscription Alliance had also issued an announcement that the 100-herb pill was genuine and worth buying. The booth of the Pill Emperor Hall was packed with people. Those who couldn't get a seat all went to the Pill Emperor Hall. Like a black flood, a group of people rushed towards the Pill Emperor Hall. Medicine. I want to buy medicine. Yes, buy as much as you can. A group of people clamored. The elders inside were alarmed. They stared blankly at the impatient crowd and subconsciously asked, "You all want the blood coagulation and body strengthening pill?" What blood coagulation and body strengthening pill? We want the 100-herb pill. Hurry up, I can't wait any longer. The elders of the Pill Emperor Hall were stunned. They had no idea what the 100-herb pill was. Did you all go to the wrong place? One of the elders asked. Instantly, someone told them what happened in the Wind Moon Plaza. When the elders heard this, their eyes were as red as a rabbit's. There's actually such a miraculous healing pill. The first hall lord is indeed mighty. You call out all the disciples and treat these cultivators well. Let's go take a look. These elders turned and ran. Their speed was shocking. Wind Moon Plaza. Everyone. The elder of the Medicine Emperor Hall circulated his spiritual energy, his voice like thunder. In order to show our sincerity, we have decided to sell the Xian Yuan Dan at a 30% discount. The cultivators in the surroundings cheered. They were so happy that they laughed. The two hegemons were fighting, but the ones who benefited were them. Just as these cultivators were about to leave, Lin Xian's voice rang out once more. You all don't need to go. Our Pill Emperor Hall has also researched a new recovery pill. What? A recovery pill? Everyone was shocked. Indeed, before the first wave had subsided, another wave had risen. The Pill Emperor Hall was planning a counterattack. Everyone knew that the Medicine Emperor Hall had always been the leader when it came to recovery pills. But now, the Pill Emperor Hall wanted to introduce a recovery pill. What did this mean? The Pill Emperor Hall was retaliating. A few days ago, the Medicine Emperor Hall was attacking the recovery pill domain. Now, the Pill Emperor Hall was attacking the recovery pill domain. It seemed like the hegemons weren't to be trifled with. However, the recovery pill domain had always belonged to the Medicine Emperor Hall. They had just introduced the Xian Yuan Dan, so the Pill Emperor Hall probably didn't have any advantage. The cultivators in the surroundings discussed fervently. Revenge, this must be revenge. The elder from the Medicine Emperor Hall had a red face. Keep bragging. I don't believe they can really come up with a new pill that surpasses the Xian Yuan Dan. Song Yunqing looked at Elder Blackheart, wanting to say something but hesitated. Don't worry, Dean Song, this Xian Yuan Dan is this old man's proudest work. In the Sky Hill Empire, no one can surpass me. Elder Blackheart said confidently. With Elder Blackheart's guarantee, the cultivators from the Medicine Emperor Hall felt relieved. At the Pill Emperor Hall's booth, Lin Xian clasped his hands behind his back and said with a smile, Qi-generating pill instantly recovers 50% of your spiritual energy. Within 2 hours, you can take 3 pills consecutively. What? The crowd was speechless. The effect was even better than the Xian Yuan Dan. One had to know that the Xian Yuan Dan was a new pill from the Medicine Emperor Hall. Furthermore, Lin Xian dragged his voice. Qi-generating pill is not only useful for cultivators below the harmonious spirit realm, it is also effective for harmonious spirit realm cultivators. Boom! Some of the harmonious spirit realm cultivators were too shocked and accidentally released a strong aura. They couldn't be blamed for being excited. Lin Xian's words were too impactful. May I ask this young master, is what you said true? A middle-aged man asked with a trembling voice. Harmonious spirit realm cultivators were already able to mobilize the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, so the pills they needed were different from other cultivators. It's true, Qi-generating pill can increase the speed of mobilizing spiritual energy. Impossible. On the opposite side, the cultivators from the Medicine Emperor Hall couldn't stand it anymore. Brat, don't talk nonsense. Even our Medicine Emperor Hall doesn't have this kind of pill. How could you have researched it? Why can't I? Lin Xian sneered. Do you really think that your Medicine Emperor Hall is the holy land of pills? You can't do it, but it doesn't mean that others can't. Don't think that your pills are good. In front of this young master, they are just farts. The Medicine Emperor Hall was in chaos. Many people's faces darkened. Chapter 334. No one had ever dared to insult the Medicine Emperor courtyard, let alone in their field of recovery pills. However, Lin Xian's arrogance didn't seem to be an act, which gave the people of the Medicine Emperor courtyard a bad premonition. They don't tell me they really have it. I don't think so. Song Yunqing couldn't sit still anymore. He took a deep breath and stared at Lin Xian. For a long time, the Medicine Emperor courtyard had dominated the recovery pill market. This was also the reason why they could compete with the Pill Emperor Palace. If this field was conquered by others, what awaited them would be a disaster. Elder Blackheart's eyes were gloomy. He had just made a promise, and someone had already dared to slap his face. This made him extremely angry. Interesting. I want to see if this pill is real or fake. His voice carried a chill that was like 10,000 years old ice, causing people to shiver. Feeling the elder's gaze, Lin Xian's body trembled inexplicably. It felt as if he was being stared at by a poisonous snake. He frowned slightly and swept his gaze forward. When he saw the elder, he suddenly felt an obscure soul attack. Humph! Lin Xian's great dragon sword intent rumbled in his body. Sword light flashed in his eyes, and the formless sword intent destroyed everything. Although this soul attack was obscure, it couldn't escape DK's notice. He snorted coldly, and a powerful soul force rushed towards the Medicine Emperor courtyard. Rumble! Like a thunderclap, the clouds above the Medicine Emperor courtyard changed. DK didn't attack, but the warning was very obvious. Lin Xian acted as if he didn't see it and said enthusiastically, "In order to make everyone believe, we will choose a cultivator to test the pill." Everyone eagerly signed up, and their expressions were abnormally excited. In the end, Lin Xian chose 4 cultivators, 1 Meridian's condensing realm, 2 Sea of Soul realm, and 1 harmonious spirit realm. This covered almost all cultivation levels, and the result of the test was the most convincing. Not long after, the stage was filled with joyful laughter. It's true. My spirit energy has recovered by 50%. Even the harmonious spirit realm cultivator nodded with satisfaction. The speed of circulating spirit energy has indeed increased. Such a miraculous pill, I must buy it. Yes, yes, yes. We must prepare more. Ladies and gentlemen, if you buy the 100-grass pill and the chi-generating pill together, you can enjoy a 30% discount. I want it. I want. Haha, Elder Duan, I'm sorry. I'm afraid we'll have to change our agreement. An old man from the Black Wind sect said with a chuckle. The chi-generating pills from the Pill Emperor Hall aren't bad, so we temporarily don't need your profound yuan pills. Yes, me too. I want to return the goods. Me too. Many people ran over to the Medicine Emperor Hall's booth and returned the pills they had ordered. After which, they ran madly towards the Pill Emperor Hall's booth. Those from the Medicine Emperor courtyard were all dumbfounded. The news conference they had meticulously planned had now become a battlefield for the Pill Emperor Hall, and they had actually become foils. This blow was too big. Just a moment ago, they were still dreaming of unifying the Heavenly Mountain Empire's elixir market, but in the next moment, they fell from the clouds to the ground. This can't be real. I must be dreaming. Impossible, it can't be the Pill Emperor Hall. Elder Blackheart, hurry up and think of a solution. The group of elders were all panicking. Father, I'll go kill him. Song Qian gritted her teeth. If I knew he was a scourge, I would have killed him at the profound Yin River. Song Yunxing's countenance was terrifyingly dark. He stared at Elder Blackheart. This was his last hope. Elder Blackheart was also infuriated. Fine black chi seethed around his body, exuding a terrifying, baleful aura. However, no matter how angry he was, he couldn't take out a pill better than the chi-generating pill. In the end, he could only shake his head with a dark expression. Pooh! Hearing Elder Blackheart's reply, Song Yunqing coughed out a mouthful of old blood. Father! Dean! A group of people panicked and hurried over. Elder Blackheart said in a low voice, Don't be anxious. Even if you lose this round, I can guarantee that you will win the last 2 rounds. Not only that, we're only halfway through the first round. We still have a chance. Song Yunqing suppressed the anger in his heart and slowly nodded his head. There's still time, we still have a chance. Don't worry, I won't let the White Dragon Ascension pill land in the hands of others. Elder Blackheart's voice was filled with a thick, killing intent. The Pill Emperor Hall was in a frenzy. Everyone was fighting to buy the pill. At this moment, outside the crowd, a group of old men were trying their best to squeeze their way in. They were wearing the robes of the Pill Emperor Hall. They were none other than the elders who were pretending to be sick. At this moment, they didn't seem sick at all. Each of them was as fierce as a ferocious tiger, rushing towards the crowd. Hoo-hoo, they're finally here. A group of elders climbed up to the stage and saw such a fiery scene. For a moment, they were stunned. Oh my God, what did I just see? This isn't a dream. Hee-hee. Look at the faces of those from the Medicine Sovereign Hall. They're even more bitter than bitter gourds. Not only were they agitated by the scene, even the 2 hall lords were shocked. Earlier, they thought that they would lose all their face here. Who would have thought that Lin Xian would take out a miraculous pill like a magic trick, turning the situation around bit by bit? That feeling was indescribably satisfying. What are you guys still standing there for? Hurry up and get to work, the 3rd hall lord ordered. Xiaoyu, stop pretending to be dead. Hurry up and get to work. The 3rd hall lord dragged Wu Xiaoyu out. Lin Xian smiled as he walked to DK's side and threw the remaining pills to Elder Jean. Go and get busy. After saying that, he sat down and drank a mouthful of tea. Elder Jean howled in excitement. Circulating his spiritual energy, he roared, There's an attack-type Dragon Tiger Bone strengthening pill here. It can temporarily increase one's attack power, and the side effects are minimal. There's also a beauty-nourishing pill. If a beauty eats it, I guarantee that she'll be 20 years old every year." These two pills shattered the last hope of the medicine's sovereign hall. The group of people felt as if they had lost their souls. The last two pills were also selling like hotcakes. One could save one's life, and the other was the favorite of women. At this moment, all the female cultivators and all the male cultivators with wives went all out to buy the beauty-nourishing pill. The elders of the Pill Emperor Hall all had smiles on their faces. As they worked, they unceasingly praised Lin Xian and the Pill Emperor. Their expressions were as flattering as they could be. From the looks of it, everyone wanted to worship Lin Xian as if he was their ancestor. However, not everyone was happy. For example, Wu Xiaoyu and the two hall lords. The former was purely jealous of Lin Xian, while the latter was worried that the Pill Emperor Hall's control would slip away. Today's exhibition not only allowed the Pill Emperor Hall to regain its glory, it also increased the prestige of the first hall lord. They believed that not long after, there would be a group of elders and disciples loyal to the first hall lord. Lin Xian smiled as he looked at the stage. His heart finally settled down. The first step of the Pill King competition could be considered a success. As long as he won the next two rounds, he would be able to obtain the White Dragon Ascension Pill. Compared to the Pill Emperor Hall, the Medicine Sovereign Hall, the loser, left with their tails between their legs. However, the look in their eyes when they left indicated that this matter wouldn't end like this. Chapter 335. Pill Emperor Hall Alchemy Room. It had been 3 days since the new medicine exhibition. In these 3 days, the alchemy room had been busy. There were too many people ordering pills these days. Some cultivators had even finished ordering next year's pills. There were even some major powers who had signed long-term contracts with the Pill Emperor Hall to continue buying pills. Everyone was unusually busy. Some people hadn't slept for 3 days. Lin Xian was very relaxed. He had already handed the matter of alchemy to Quebec. Moreover, he had divided the process into many steps. As long as DK didn't say anything, no one would be able to grasp the contents. However, Lin Xian wasn't idle either. He was preparing for the second round of the competition. The second round was a competition for the younger generation. The age of the participants couldn't exceed 30 years old. The others were fine, but the young third-grade alchemist from the Medicine Emperor Hall made Lin Xian worried. A third-grade alchemist could become an elder in the Inscription Alliance. His strength couldn't be underestimated. Moreover, the second round was based on the quality of the pills. A third-grade pill could easily defeat all second-grade pills. Moreover, the other party had a spirit-grade artifact like the Scarlet Dawn spiritual stove. There were a few youths in the Pill Emperor Hall, but the best was only a second-grade alchemist. Although it was shocking in other places, it was still lacking when compared to the Medicine Emperor Hall. Lin Xian tried to break through to the third grade. He had been stuck at the peak of the second grade for a long time. It was time for him to break through. However, it wasn't so easy to break through to the third grade. Not only did it require strength, it also required luck. Just like that, Lin Xian cultivated calmly. Wind Moon City, Drunken Immortal Pavilion. Wu Xiaoyu hugged two beauties as he drank drunkenly. These 2 days he was in a bad mood. First, he knelt before Lin Xian. Then he was used as a guinea pig on the stage to test his pills. As the son of the third hall master, when had he ever suffered such humiliation? However, Lin Xian was the benefactor of the Pill Emperor Hall. He couldn't take revenge. The most despicable thing was that he was actually rejected when he asked to participate in the alchemy. Little bastard, after the Pill King competition, I'll definitely teach you a lesson. Wu Xiaoyu's eyes were filled with killing intent. He decided that as soon as the competition was over, he would send someone to assassinate Lin Xian. Who made young Master Wu so angry? A soft voice sounded. Who is it? Wu Xiaoyu turned around abruptly. Patter! The wine glass in his hand fell to the ground, and he was completely stunned. Not far behind him stood a woman in thin clothes. Her graceful figure was faintly discernible, making one's blood boil. Her face was even more beautiful, like a fairy that had descended to the mortal world. Hee, so beautiful, so beautiful! Wu Xiaoyu was mesmerized. He pushed away the beauty in his arms and quickly rushed over to hug her. The peerless beauty smiled foolishly, but her body slid out like a fish. Annoying! The beauty acted coquettishly. Wu Xiaoyu felt a burning sensation in his lower abdomen, as if there was an evil fire burning in his body. Little beauty, come and let Big Brother take good care of you. Wu Xiaoyu's face rippled. The peerless beauty's red lips gently parted, as if it had infinite magic, causing the entire space to change. What's the pill formula for the qi-generating pill? A seductive voice sounded. Wu Xiaoyu seemed to be drunk as he replied in a daze, I don't know. The pill formula for the 100-herb pill? You don't know. Who knows? Can you get it for me? The peerless beauty said softly. Wu Xiaoyu's expression became very agitated. It's all in the hands of that little bastard. And that old cripple. The two of them monopolized the pill formula. And even my father doesn't know. Plop! Wu Xiaoyu fell to the ground and fainted. What a good-for-nothing. The peerless beauty curled her lips and looked to the side. You heard it. There's nothing. Beside her, the air fluctuated, and a dignified man walked out. It was actually Song Yunqing. He looked at Wu Xiaoyu on the ground and frowned. I didn't expect that even Wu Xiong couldn't come in contact with the pill formula. It seems that old man, DK, invited him. Fairy Zhao, please act and help me get the pill formula. Song Yunqing said. After this, I will definitely send over the pill formula you need. Who are you going to act against this time? The peerless beauty lazily asked. A young man. I don't know the details, but I know that his surname is Lin. Song Yunqing said in a low voice, if we can control him, then all the pill formulas will be ours. Surnamed Lin? The peerless beauty was slightly stunned, as though she thought of something. Why don't you ask him out first? Who knows? We might be able to subdue him without making a move. The peerless beauty smiled. For some reason, she was very curious about this young man. Sure. Song Yunqing nodded. In the Pill Emperor Hall, Lin Xian was drinking tea in a pavilion, silently comprehending the knowledge of alchemy imparted by Lord Alcohol. Suddenly, a sharp arrow flew past, piercing through the void and nailing itself to the pillar behind him. The black tail of the arrow trembled incessantly, and there was a piece of paper stuck on it. Evidently, the person who shot it was very sharp and straightforward. With a wave of his hand, Lin Xian opened the piece of paper with a smile on his face. The Medicine Emperor Hull finally couldn't endure it anymore. His silhouette flickered as he disappeared from the pavilion. In the deserted streets near the Pill Emperor Hall, Lin Xian's footsteps echoed in the surroundings. It's him. The peerless beauty hidden in the shadows exclaimed in shock, her beautiful eyes darting about. I wonder why Dean Song is looking for me. Lin Xian stared at the silhouette in front of him as he asked, Lin Gongzi, I'll be direct. Song Yunqing said in a low voice, the benefits that the Pill Emperor Hall gave you, I'll double them. As long as Sir agrees to cooperate with our Medicine Emperor Hall. There's no need. Lin Xian laughed. I'm a man of principles. Since I've agreed to cooperate with the Pill Emperor Hall, I won't consider anyone else. Dean Song, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. After speaking, Lin Xian turned and left. If you don't cooperate with us, you'll regret it. Song Yunqing was enraged. For the second round, we have a third-ranked alchemist. There's no way the Pill Emperor Hall can win. Then let's wait and see. Lin Xian's voice was filled with disdain. Damnable fellow. Song Yunqing was enraged when he saw that Lin Xian didn't even stop. He had already stated very generous conditions. If it was anyone else, they would have long agreed. However, Lin Xian didn't seem to be moved in the slightest. This person cannot be allowed to live. Song Yunqing's killing intent surged. Since he couldn't use this person, he couldn't give him to his enemies. In that instant, Song Yunqing had the urge to act. But in the end, he restrained himself. Firstly, this place was too close to the Pill Emperor Hall. If he acted rashly, he might attract the attention of Old Man D. Quebec. Not only that, a pair of jade-like hands stopped him. Dean Song, let me test this person. The mysterious beauty smiled. Then I'll have to trouble Fairy Zhao. Song Yunqing sighed as his silhouette gradually disappeared. The moon was bright and the stars were sparse. Other than the alchemy room, the other places in the Pill Emperor Hall were also quiet. Lin Xian lay on his bed, his hands resting on his head as he stared at the night sky outside the window. Suddenly, the air in his room trembled slightly, as though there was a gust of wind blowing past. Lin Xian's eyes narrowed. Just as he was about to move, he felt an ice-cold body slipping under his blanket, coiling around him like a poisonous snake. That body was ice-cold and slippery, as though it could ignite the evil fire in his body. Beside his ears, he could hear light panting sounds. Chapter 336. Lin Xian's heart throbbed as he felt the cold and alluring body in his arms. The person was too fast and had even concealed her aura. If it weren't for his powerful soul, he wouldn't have been able to detect her. Even so, he was still a step too slow. Lin Xian felt a pair of cold hands moving around his body, causing his entire body to tremble. The great dragon sword intent in his body rumbled, and he immediately regained his clarity. He snorted coldly, and silver lightning appeared on his body. Lin Xian counterattacked with his palm. His control over his power was very precise. It seemed fierce, but it didn't destroy anything in the surroundings. Even the air only rippled slightly. Silver light flashed, like lightning streaking through the darkness. With the help of the light, Lin Xian saw a seductive body lying lazily on his bed. The woman chuckled, and her palm danced lightly, bringing with it an indescribable power. A gentle force, like water ripples, cleverly parried the lightning fist. For some reason, although Lin Xian had never seen that beautiful face, he felt that the woman's eyes were very familiar, as if he had seen them somewhere before. However, now was not the time for him to think, because the other party's palm had already arrived. The jade bowl danced, and the surrounding spirit, Qi, gently stirred, as if forming a small world, enveloping Lin Xian. The woman's control was also very exquisite. She only controlled the energy within a small area and didn't alarm anyone else. Lin Xian's 5 fingers danced, forming an electric circle. Like a sharp saw, it cut through the imprisonment. At the same time, 50% of the great dragon's sword intent in his body suddenly erupted, forming a terrifying sword chi that pierced toward the graceful body. Ah! The mysterious woman felt the danger and cried out. Mysterious runes appeared in her eyes, forming a defensive barrier. Ding, ding, ding. Rapid sounds of collision rang out, forming a string of sparks in the air. You're still the same, so ruthless even against beauties. The mysterious woman said bitterly, Who are you? What are you doing here? Lin Xian frowned. The runes in her eyes were too mysterious. They were actually able to block his sword intent. I'm so sad. The woman's voice was mellow. You heartless person. I even followed you for a period of time. Lin Xian was surprised. This seemed to be an acquaintance. Suddenly, a figure with a seductive expression appeared in his mind. You are Zhao Shui. Hee, at least you have a conscience. The beauty laughed. But what about your face? Lin Xian's eyes flashed as he looked at Zhao Shui. Naughty boy, what are you looking at? Zhao Shui smiled and posed in an even more seductive manner. Lin Xian blushed and didn't dare to look any more. However, he still had doubts in his heart. Although Zhao Shui was beautiful back then, she was not as alluring as she was now. What if this is my true face? Zhao Shui inched closer to Lin Xian. Although Lin Xian looked calm on the surface, his heart was beating wildly. Even though he was strong and could easily toy with the Medicine Emperor courtyard, he was in fact just an 18-year-old boy. At this age, it was the time when one's body was restless. In addition, Lin Xian had never experienced something like this before. It was inevitable that he was nervous. Yes, nervous. He didn't know how long it had been since he felt this way. Even when he fought with Lin Feng, he didn't feel nervous. Hee, you're blushing. Zhao Shui leaned even closer. Are you still a pure and innocent boy? You came to find me just to flirt? Lin Xian smiled bitterly and rubbed his nose. Humph, what a blockhead. Zhao Shui leaned on Lin Xian and played with her hair. The Medicine Emperor courtyard invited me. What? Lin Xian was surprised. They failed to recruit you, and now they want to kill you. Zhao Shui said slowly. But don't worry. How could I bear to kill you? But you still have to be careful. How are you related to the people from the Medicine Emperor courtyard? Lin Xian was puzzled. I'm doing business. Otherwise, I'll starve to death. Zhao Shui rolled her eyes. Sigh, this mission failed. Looks like I won't get my reward. Zhao Shui sighed. What reward? Lin Xian was curious. A level 4 pill. Zhao Shui said. Why don't you help me make it? I'm only a level 2 inscription master. Lin Xian muttered. I have a way to get you your reward. What way? Zhao Shui suddenly hugged Lin Xian's arm. Feeling the softness of Zhao Shui's chest, Lin Xian's body stiffened and he pulled his arm away. He said, slowly, I can make 2-pill recipes. These 2 recipes don't have any flaws, but they can't be made successfully. Moreover, if they can really make it, there will be a big surprise waiting for them. As long as you're not afraid of them finding trouble with you, you can give it a try. Lin Xian said. So magical? Zhao Shui blinked. Then it's decided, but I won't deliver it personally. Seeing Lin Xian's puzzled expression, Zhao Shui continued, Wu Xiaoyu from your pill Emperor Hall can be used. Lin Xian laughed. This woman was really weird. Then he asked Lord Alcohol to make 2 fake pill recipes and used his soul force to inscribe them on a jade slip. This kind of pill recipe stored in jade slips was different from ordinary paper. This kind of pill recipe required soul force to sense it and could record all the details of the refining process. It's done. Lin Xian handed over the 2 jade slips. You're so nice. Zhao Shui kissed Lin Xian on the cheek and left with a smile. Zhao Shui didn't leave the Pill Emperor Hall. She found Wu Xiaoyu again and used an illusion to imbue him with fake memories. You risked your life to steal these 2 jade slips. The reason was to meet that peerless fairy. Now, go to the drunken immortal pavilion. Inscriptions flashed in Zhao Shui's eyes as she set up a powerful illusion. Then, she placed the 2 jade slips on the ground. With the mysterious stone eyeball in her hands, the illusions she cast were even stronger than Lin Xian's. Wu Xiaoyu didn't resist at all and was completely lost in the illusion. When Wu Xiaoyu woke up again, he found that there was no one around except for the 2 jade slips on the ground. Rubbing his head, he suddenly remembered that he risked his life to steal these pill recipes. Hee, little beauty, I'm coming. Wu Xiaoyu licked his lips and ran towards the drunken immortal pavilion. Drunken immortal pavilion, 3rd floor. Zhao Shui shrugged helplessly. That kid was with Old Man D. Quebec. I couldn't do anything. However, I met Wu Xiaoyu again and used an illusion on him. That kid is lucky. Song Yunqing snorted. Then he smiled and said to Zhao Shui, I'll have to trouble Fairy Zhao. Haha, I'm here again. Little beauty, hurry up and come out. Suddenly, a loud voice came from below. Who is it? Song Yunqing's face darkened. Master, it's the little tyrant of the Pill Emperor Hall. Someone outside the door replied. Song Yunqing was stunned. Then, a trace of joy appeared on his face. Let him in. Chapter 337. Wu Xiaoyu had been shouting outside the door for a long time. Just as he was about to use his spiritual energy to open the door to Drunken Immortal Pavilion suddenly opened. Oh, it's young Master Wu. Please come in. A few flirtatious women pulled him in. What's wrong with you guys? Why are you so slow? Wu Xiaoyu said unhappily. At the same time, his big hands had already wrapped around the young women beside him, and he kept rubbing them. Where's the little beauty I saw yesterday? Hurry up and get her to come out. Wu Xiaoyu's eyes shone with excitement. You heartless man! Why do you still want the beauty when you already have us? The young women beside him said coquettishly, I'll keep you guys safe. Today, I want that little beauty. Wu Xiaoyu was like a hungry wolf. All right. Don't worry, young Master Wu. We'll get her for you. The few of them quickly left, leaving Wu Xiaoyu alone on the second floor. Not long after, there was a strange fragrance in the air. Then a hazy figure appeared. Little beauty, it's really you. Wu Xiaoyu's saliva was dripping. He had never seen such a beautiful person. Have you brought the items? A seductive voice sounded. Yes, I've brought them. Wu Xiaoyu's eyes were misty. He tapped his storage ring and took out 2 jade slips. You're so obedient. Zhao Shui waved her sleeve and a strange energy shot out, causing Wu Xiaoyu to faint. Next to her, the air fluctuated and Song Yunqing's voice appeared. He grabbed the 2 jade slips in his hand. Using his spiritual energy, Song Yunqing quickly read through them. Soon he smiled. Generally speaking, he did not find anything unusual. However, based on his cautious nature, he did not dare to make a rash decision. How is it? Can you give me my reward now? Zhao Shui asked. This. Song Yunqing smiled. I can't confirm the authenticity of this elixir recipe yet. Fairy Zhao, please wait a little longer. How long do I have to wait? I'm pressed for time. Zhao Shui's face darkened. How about this, Fairy Zhao, come back with me. I have an expert in my residence. As long as he thinks there's no problem, I'll give you the items immediately. Zhao Shui pondered. She remembered that Lin Xian had said that this elixir recipe looked fine on the surface. Even if it had just been refined, there wouldn't be any problems. Little bastard, I'll believe you this time. Zhao Shui pouted in her heart. All right, since Director Song has said so, I'll agree to your request, Zhao Shui said. However, I hope that Director Song will keep his promise this time. Of course. Song Yunqing smiled. In the main hall of the Medicine Emperor courtyard, Zhao Shui followed Song Yunqing back, and not long after, she noticed an old man in a black robe drifting towards them like a gust of wind. Elder Blackheart, the pill formulas are in my hands. However, I still need you to appraise them. Song Yunqing handed over the 2 pill formulas. Elder Blackheart used his soul power to check carefully. After a while, he nodded with a serious expression. No problem. I didn't think that there would actually be someone with such profound attainments in alchemy. It's true. Hearing that there was no problem with the pill formula, Song Yunqing was so excited that he almost jumped up. Fairy Zhao, this is your reward. With a flip of his hand, he took out a small white jade bottle from his storage ring. Zhao Shui took the jade bottle, opened it, and sniffed it. When she found that there was no problem, she smiled and left. In the following days, the Medicine Sovereign Hall was extremely busy. They purchased medicinal ingredients, sorted out the pill formulas, and prepared to concoct pills. Some of the elders were extremely excited. As long as they could concoct the 100 herbs pill and chi-generating pill, they would be able to contend against the Pill Emperor Hall. At that time, with the help of other pills, they would have a high chance of winning. Song Yunqing was also filled with pride. His ambition to unify the Sky Hill Empire's alchemy market rose once again. This time around, he had to win beautifully. After the preparations were completed, Song Yunqing led the elders into the pill formulas. Even Elder Blackheart followed them in. This time around, they purchased a large amount of medicinal ingredients and used many top-grade pill furnaces. They hoped that they could concoct the best pills possible. As the stone door closed, waves of heat could be felt coming from the pill formulas. As time passed, the pills gradually took shape. The eyes of the elders were filled with wild laughter. Song Yunqing also nodded his head in satisfaction. However, at this moment, the pills in the pill furnaces suddenly trembled violently. "Calm down," Song Yunqing coldly snorted. "Don't be too happy. If you want to celebrate, it wouldn't be too late to wait until the pills are concocted." The elders nodded their heads and started to concoct the pills. However, the pills in the pill furnaces were extremely violent, as though they had gone crazy. "Dean, we can't control it anymore." An elder broke out in cold sweat. "Impossible. Did you follow the pill formulas?" Elder Blackheart asked in a low voice. "We followed the pill formulas completely. There was not a single mistake." The elders were on the verge of tears. Could it be that the pill formulas, before Song Yunqing could react, the pill furnaces in the distance suddenly exploded? Rumble! The fuse was ignited and all the pill furnaces in the pill room exploded. Terrifying energy swept out in all directions. The pill room was blown open, and a huge explosion occurred within a 100-meter radius. The entire Medicine Emperor court exploded, and the ground trembled nonstop. A black mushroom cloud rose into the sky. At this moment, many martial artists looked at the Medicine Emperor court, their eyes filled with confusion. When Lin Xian saw this scene, he clapped his hands and laughed. "You're still laughing? I guess the people of the Medicine Emperor court hate you to death." Zhao Shui laughed at the side. The terrifying sound of the explosion reverberated in the Wind Moon City. Many martial artists rushed over, wanting to find out what was going on. However, when they discovered that the pill room of the Medicine Emperor court had been blown into a deep pit and dozens of elders were charred black, standing on the ground in an abnormally sorry state, everyone was stunned. "What's going on?" "It seems like the furnaces exploded." A martial artist was puzzled. "That shouldn't be, with the standards of the Medicine Emperor court. How could they explode?" "I think the Pill Emperor Hall must have driven them crazy," the surrounding martial artists discussed, shaking their heads and sighing. Song Yunqing stood in the middle of the ruins. His face was terrifyingly dark. His body trembled, and he roared into the sky. "Ah, little bastard, I'm going to kill you." Beside him, Elder Blackheart's chest was also trembling violently. He had misjudged once again. Previously, he patted his chest and said that there was no problem with the pill formulas. In the end, the slap to his face was even more thorough. The entire pill room was blown into smithereens. "Damn brat! I will definitely catch you and refine you into a pill." Elder Blackheart's body emitted a terrifying aura. At this moment, the people of the Medicine Emperor court knew that they had fallen into Lin Xian's trap, but they couldn't say it out loud. How should they say? Could they say that they stole the pill formulas? This was a great taboo in the alchemy world. Moreover, what they stole was a fake pill formula. This made them even more unable to admit it. A group of alchemy grandmasters actually couldn't distinguish the authenticity of the pill formulas. If this were to spread out, they would probably laugh themselves to death. The elders of the Medicine Emperor court roared into the sky, wishing that they could find a hole to burrow into. This feeling was too sullen. On this day, the news of the Medicine Emperor court's furnace explosion spread throughout the Wind Moon City, and even spread to all parts of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. A dignified alchemy giant actually became the target of ridicule. This situation was too strange. Wherever the people of the Medicine Emperor court went, there would be people pointing fingers at them. In the end, they simply closed their doors, not wanting to see anyone. Chapter 338. In the following days, no one from the Medicine Emperor courtyard came out. The pill market was completely dominated by the Pill Emperor Hall. Not only the healing pill market, but also the recovery pill market and other areas were all controlled by the Pill Emperor Hall. Therefore, the Pill Emperor Hall won the first round of the Pill King competition with an absolute advantage. In the blink of an eye, a month passed. Everyone was excited because the second round of the competition was about to begin. This time it would be a competition between the younger generation of the various alchemy factions. Young disciples represented the potential of the future. No one would look down on this point. Therefore, the participating alchemy factions paid extra attention to the second round. Pill Emperor Hall. Many alchemy grandmasters were gathered together. In front of them stood a few young disciples. These people were all disciples who were going to participate in the second round. Among them were Lin Xian and Wu Xiaoyu. Other than Lin Xian, there were also a few second-grade alchemists. Such strength in Xia country would be at the peak of the younger generation. However, there were even more terrifying existences here. It's said that someone from the Medicine Emperor courtyard broke through to the third-grade alchemist realm. Moreover, he has the help of a spirit-grade pill furnace. You all must give it your all. Yes, the disciples replied, their expressions excited. After that, DK looked at Lin Xian. Little friend Lin, the people of Sky Hill country like to use pill furnaces to refine pills. This can increase the efficiency. I've prepared one for you. Do you need it? Oh, no need. Lin Xian said with a smile. I've solved these problems a few days ago, so I've prepared it. After saying that, Lin Xian smiled and touched his storage ring. He did have a pill furnace, and it was self-made. The inscriptions inside were all carved under the guidance of Lord Alcohol. Lin Xian believed that this pill furnace wouldn't lose to the Scarlet Dawn spiritual stove. All right, let's go to the Wind Moon Plaza. The second round was still at the Wind Moon Plaza. It could accommodate tens of thousands of people and was definitely the best location for the competition. Today's Wind Moon Plaza was a little different. There were many stone platforms on it, standing tall like stone pillars. The surroundings were filled with cultivators, waiting for the competition to begin. As Lin Xian and the others walked on the streets, they could feel that the air was filled with a different aura. The entire city seemed to be boiling. Some of the younger disciples beside him had fiery eyes as they clenched their fists tightly. It was no wonder. The Pill King competition was the highest level competition in the field of alchemy in the Heavenly Mountain Empire. To be able to display one's skills in such a competition and have tens of thousands of people cheer for one, just thinking about it made one excited. In the past, many young people had become famous in the Tian Shan Kingdom after fighting in this arena. Compared to those disciples, Lin Xian was much calmer. This was not his first time participating in such a competition, and his goal was not to become famous throughout the country. Winning the White Dragon Ascension Pill was his ultimate goal. Along the way, many people looked at them with envious gazes, and there were even many young and beautiful girls throwing flirtatious glances at them by the roadside. This also showed how popular alchemists were. Through the special passage, Lin Xian and the others entered the Wind Moon Plaza. Suddenly, Countless martial artists shouted, their voices shaking the sky. In the first round, the Pill Emperor Hall's performance was too shocking. Not only did they obtain first place, they even suppressed the Medicine Emperor Hall. Hearing the cheers, the younger disciples waved their hands excitedly. Wu Xiaoyu even raised his chin proudly. Looking at you, you don't look like a young man. Beside him, old man D.K. laughed softly when he saw the calm Lin Xian. Don't make fun of me. I'm only calm on the surface. Lin Xian modestly replied, the people from the Medicine Emperor Hall are here. He looked into the distance. Not only him, but everyone also looked at the entrance. Last month, the Medicine Emperor Hall suffered a crushing defeat. Later on, there was even a scandal of their furnace exploding. These things became the butt of everyone's jokes. But even so, when the Medicine Emperor Hall appeared, everyone was still shocked. A group of people wearing green robes, exuding powerful auras, entered the Wind Moon Plaza like a green flood. Song Yunqing was walking at the front. Beside him was Elder Blackheart, who was dressed in a black robe. Behind them were the elders and the younger disciples. Among the younger disciples, there were two people who stood out the most. One of them was the daughter of Dean Song Chanchan. She wore a green robe, which accentuated her exquisite figure. A confident smile hung on her delicate face. She was like a proud princess, surrounded by a myriad of stars as she walked into the plaza. The other person was a young man with short hair. He had a muscular body, and his face was as sharp as a knife. His cold gaze contained a trace of arrogance. This person stood out from the crowd, but his powerful aura made people have no choice but to pay attention to him. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes when he saw the short-haired young man. Relying on his powerful soul force, he could sense the strength of the short-haired young man. What a powerful soul force! Is this a third-grade alchemist from the Medicine Emperor Hall? Lin Xian felt a trace of anticipation in his heart. In the crowd, the short-haired young man seemed to have sensed Lin Xian's gaze. He abruptly turned his head. His hawk-like gaze was incomparably sharp, piercing through the void. His gaze was like lightning as he looked at Lin Xian. What a sharp perception! Lin Xian was surprised. His evaluation of the short-haired young man increased by a few notches. Sensing Lin Xian's cultivation and soul force, the short-haired young man coldly snorted and withdrew his gaze. In his opinion, Lin Xian was too weak. He didn't deserve to be his opponent. Not only Lin Xian, but the short-haired young man, Duan Fei, also felt that no one in the younger generation was worthy of being his opponent. With great confidence, he slowly walked into the plaza. After the Medicine Emperor Hall entered, the other alchemy factions also entered one after another. Lin Xian estimated that there were about 500 young disciples participating in the competition. No wonder these people are so excited. 500 people refining pills together. This scene is indeed spectacular. Lin Xian thought. After the participants arrived, a few more people entered the plaza. These people wore silver robes with golden patterns embroidered on their chests. Their bodies emitted powerful soul force. Inscription Union. Lin Xian was no stranger to this name. Not only Lin Xian, but everyone else was also familiar with the Inscription Union, especially those alchemy factions. All of them respectfully greeted the Inscription Union. Even the Pill Emperor Hall was no exception. In the end, the Pill King tournament was organized by the Inscription Union. Lin Xian didn't pay attention to the others. His gaze landed on an old man. The old man looked very ordinary, like an ordinary old man. If he took off his silver robes, no one would notice him. However, Lin Xian was abnormally surprised, because on the old man's chest there were 5 golden patterns, forming the shape of a pill furnace. 5th grade inscriptionist. Lin Xian was surprised. This was the first time he saw a 5th grade inscriptionist. One had to know that even Old Man DK and Song Yinxing were only fourth-grade inscriptionists. One could imagine how terrifying a fifth-grade inscriptionist was. Chapter 339. Even Old Man DK and Song Yinxing were filled with reverence when they looked at the old man. Elder Blackheart, who was beside Song Yinxing, stared at the fifth-grade alchemist with flickering eyes. No one knew what he was thinking. Little friend Lin, that person is the president of the Inscription Union of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. He is the top alchemist in the Heavenly Mountain Empire, and also the only fifth-grade alchemist. Old Man DK's voice was filled with envy. One could tell that he had a strong desire to become a fifth-grade alchemist. The seats of the Pill Emperor Hall and the Medicine Emperor Hall were close to each other. The smell of gunpowder in the air was thick. Little girl Song, I heard that you guys have been in closed-door seclusion for half a month. Your strength must have increased by a lot, right? Woo, Xiaoyu coldly laughed. I hope your furnaces won't explode when the time comes. If not, it would be so embarrassing in front of so many people. You. Song Qianqian was so angry that her chest was heaving up and down. Wu Xiaoyu stared at her with wide eyes. Don't be too complacent. You guys will definitely lose for the second round. Song Qianqian gritted her teeth. She directly ignored Wu Xiaoyu. Her beautiful eyes were filled with killing intent as she stared fixedly at Lin Xian. I'm glad that I didn't kill you back then. If not, there wouldn't be so many problems. However, I'll let you know how powerful I am today. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. I'll accompany you anytime. Humph, so you guys are the participating disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall? How pitifully weak. A voice filled with disdain drifted over, completely not placing Lin Xian and the rest in his eyes. What did you say? Say it again. The disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall were enraged. They were all heaven's chosen. How could they tolerate being looked down upon? However, when they saw the person who spoke, they all lost their imposing manner, because the one who looked down on them was none other than the short-haired young man. He was also the only third-grade alchemist in the younger generation. Facing such a character, the disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall felt a sense of inferiority. It wasn't that they didn't have talent, but rather, the other party was too monstrous. The short-haired young man, Duan Fei, looked down on the crowd. You are Lin Xian, a second-grade alchemist. Your strength is only SOSO. How disappointing. Strength isn't something that can be seen. It's something that can be determined through competition. The corners of Lin Xian's lips curled up slightly. Is a third-grade alchemy inscription master that amazing? In my opinion, you're just SOSO. You dare to speak to me like that? Duan Fei's tone was stern and carried a hint of killing intent. You're really courting death. Song Qianqian sneered. You actually said that a third-grade alchemy inscription master is useless. Don't you know the rules? As long as senior brother Duan takes out his grade 3 medicinal pill, you'll lose for sure. Junior sister Song, let's go. When the time comes, we can just enjoy their tears of defeat. The group of people left arrogantly. Those from the Medicine Emperor courtyard felt extremely sullen in their hearts after losing the first round. This time around, they had to bring out their full strength and trample the Pill Emperor Hall beneath their feet. Seeing the disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall and Medicine Emperor Hall throwing out such harsh words, the spectators in the surroundings all cheered in unison. They were just here to watch the show and didn't mind if things got out of hand. Clang, clang, clang. Just as the crowd was engaged in a heated discussion, the crisp sound of a bell rang, reverberating throughout the Wind Moon Plaza. Instantly, the lively crowd quieted down. Countless gazes landed on the high platform in front of them, where an old figure stood. In the name of the President of the Inscription Union, I hereby announce that the 13th Pill King Tournament will now begin. President Meng Chuan announced in a clear voice. His voice was like the waves of the sea, spreading in all directions. The crowd below erupted into earth-shattering cheers, scattering the clouds in the sky. President Meng Chuan's voice reverberated. Participants, please return to your seats. As his voice faded, hundreds of figures soared into the air, flying towards the black stone platform. Song Qianqian was clad in a green robe. Spiritual energy surged beneath her feet, forming a cloud that carried her towards the stone platform. So beautiful! She's simply a goddess descending to the mortal world. She's so young, but she's actually a harmonious spirit realm cultivator. The Medicine Emperor courtyard is really something. The surrounding cultivators exclaimed in admiration. The short-haired youth, Duan Fei, also flew with his hands behind his back. His movements were elegant and at ease, causing many female cultivators to scream. What are you pretending for? This young master knows how to do it too. Wu Xiaoyu's face was full of arrogance. He turned his head to look at Lin Xian and said disdainfully, You better think of a better posture. Don't throw the face of the Pill Emperor Hall. As soon as he finished speaking, he shot through the air like an arrow. These people were actually all harmonious spirit realm cultivators. Although Wu Xiaoyu's cultivation was somewhat exaggerated, he was still able to fly. The others didn't have such elegant movements. They weren't harmonious spirit realm cultivators, so they could only use their excellent movement techniques to get on the platform. After these people went up, the surrounding cultivators focused their attention on Lin Xian. They wouldn't forget that Lin Xian had defeated the Medicine Emperor courtyard with his new pills in the exhibition. He's actually not a harmonious spirit realm cultivator. How is he going to get up there? I don't know. He definitely can't fly up there. He should use his movement technique, but if he does, he'll be much weaker than Song Qianqian and the others. Lin Xian rubbed his nose. This was an alchemy competition. They should be competing on the quality of the pills. Why did they have to show off their movement technique? Could it be that having good movement technique would give them extra points? Lin Xian didn't understand, but since they wanted to show off, he would show them. On the stone platform, Duan Fei, Song Qianqian, and the others looked down at Lin Xian as if they were watching a show. On the platform, the alchemy masters were also waiting for Lin Xian to get on the stage. Song Yunqing and the others sneered. They couldn't wait for Lin Xian to fail. Under the crowd's anticipation, Lin Xian took a step forward. He walked up step by step as if he was climbing a staircase. What the hell? Does he really think that he's a harmonious spirit realm cultivator? If this continues, he'll fall to his death. Duan Fei looked down and sneered, What an idiot! But then his pupils shrunk and an expression of disbelief appeared on his face. Not only him, the surrounding cultivators all had their mouths wide open as if they had seen something terrifying. In the air, Lin Xian walked up step by step. His feet stepped on the air, and the shadow of a silver dragon emerged. Stepping on the air? This is impossible. He's not a harmonious spirit realm cultivator. How did he do it? Is he hiding his strength? The crowd guessed, but they didn't feel any spirit energy fluctuation. While the crowd was puzzled, President Meng Chuan smiled. Little guy, what a pure soul force. Old Monster Han, where did you find such a young man? As soon as President Meng Chuan spoke, the surrounding alchemy masters suddenly understood. They quickly sensed the changes in the sky. This is soul force. He actually used his soul force to make the stairs. The elders all sucked in a breath of cold air. This method was too terrifying. Not only did it require a strong soul force, it also required precise control. If there was a slight mistake, he would fall. Song Yunqing and the others' faces were gloomy. They stared at Lin Xian with hatred. How can this kid have such a pure soul? Don't be afraid. Although he's powerful, he still hasn't broken through to the third grade. He's still lacking compared to Duanfei. We'll definitely win this competition. Elder Blackheart laughed. Chapter 340. Lin Xian used his soul power to create a staircase and walked through the air. This scene shocked many people. After a moment of silence, the crowd burst into loud cheers that spread out in all directions like waves. Deliberately mystifying things. Duanfei's face was cold. He was very disdainful of Lin Xian's performance. As long as he was willing, he could do 100 times better than Lin Xian. Song Qianchan's face also turned cold. She wished she could slap Lin Xian and make him fall to the ground. Lin Xian calmly walked to the stone platform as though he was ascending a staircase to heaven. He slowly sat down and seriously looked at the items on the platform. There were 3 sets of herbs and 1 pill formula written on paper. This pill formula required the alchemist to grasp the key details. It was much more difficult. It's about the same as I expected. 3 chances should be enough. Lin Xian put down the pill formula. In the distance, Duanfei sneered. No matter how much you show off your movement technique, you are still trash on the platform. I will let you know what a third-grade alchemist is. As a third-grade alchemist, he was very confident. In his opinion, defeating Lin Xian was very simple, and so was winning. At that moment, a crisp sound came from the square again. A faint light appeared in front of nearly 500 stone platforms. If one looked carefully, they would realize that it was a round bead. In the first round of the assessment, you have 3 chances. If you can refine a pill within the allotted time, you will be able to enter the next round. Now, let's begin. As soon as President Meng Chuan finished speaking, all the participants on the stone platforms took action. At that moment, all the alchemists on the stone platforms took out their cauldrons and began refining pills. Cauldrons of different colors appeared one after another, stimulating everyone's eyes. Lin Xian held the pill formula and thought carefully, simulating the refining process in his mind. In fact, he had refined pills many times. Every day he would take time to practice. Furthermore, he had Lord Alcohol's guidance, so his strength far exceeded his peers. After simulating the process in his mind, Lin Xian confirmed the key details before starting. He didn't take out the pill furnace, but drew the inscription pattern with his bare hands. Inscriptions appeared in the air, mysterious and profound. The herbs on the stone table flew up and started to decompose under the effects of the inscriptions. This phenomenon was very special among the pill furnaces that filled the sky. It immediately attracted everyone's attention. Heavens, look, he's not using a pill furnace. You can refine pills without using a pill furnace? It's amazing. In the Heavenly Mountain Empire, most alchemists would use alchemy furnaces to refine pills because the inscriptions within the furnace could increase the success rate. It was their first time seeing someone like Lin Xian refining pills with his bare hands. The exclamations of the crowd below made the other alchemists on the stone platform unable to remain calm. Many of the contestants near Lin Xian stole glances at him. When they saw that Lin Xian was really refining pills with his bare hands, their eyelids twitched wildly. There were even a few people who didn't control their emotions well, causing their souls to go out of control. Rumbling sounds could be heard from within the pill furnace. Bang! Bang! The pill furnace trembled and emitted black smoke. It was obvious that the pill refinement had failed. Duanfei also saw Lin Xian's performance from afar. His face was gloomy and a hint of hatred appeared in his eyes. In his opinion, Lin Xian was just trying to please the crowd and steal his limelight. As a third-grade alchemist, he should have been the focus of attention. However, with Lin Xian's appearance, he was no longer the focus of attention. Damn you, I'll teach you a lesson. Duanfei's voice was filled with killing intent. Song Qianchan was also furious. You dare to refine pills with your bare hands? Do you really think you're an alchemy grandmaster? When you fail 3 times, I'll take a good look at your crying face. Lin Xian's performance made the disciples of the Medicine Emperor court angry. Even Wu Xiaoyu's expression turned ugly. Pretentious! You're pretentious again! Wu Xiaoyu's face was ferocious. I don't believe that you won't take out your pill furnace. The elders on the spectator stand were also surprised. Lin Xian's performance had once again exceeded their expectations. Other than DK, everyone else was shocked. Even President Meng Chuan revealed a pondering expression. In fact, even DK was shocked for a long time when he first saw Lin Xian refining pills with his bare hands. This guy, he doesn't even know how to hide it in public. DK muttered softly. When Song Yunqing and the others heard this, their bodies trembled. Then, they glared fiercely at Lin Xian. Their gazes seemed to want to pierce through him. Once Lin Xian started refining, he forgot about everything in the outside world. He immersed himself in the refining process and used his soul force to sense every detail. Heart bluegrass, high-temperature extraction. Lin Xian was stunned for a moment. Flame. While he was in a daze, cracks appeared on the inscription pattern in the air, and it shattered like glass. Ka! A crisp sound rang out. Although it was soft, it reached everyone's ears. It's broken, it's broken. Lin Xian's inscription has shattered. Haha, I knew it. That kid was pretending. Now he's screwed up. Wu Xiaoyu laughed maniacally. Humph, flashy but useless trash. Duan Fei said disdainfully. Song Qianqian also looked at him with disdain. At this moment, everyone looked at Lin Xian, especially Song Yunqing and the others. They all revealed expressions of schadenfreude. In their opinion, Lin Xian did not have the ability to refine pills with his bare hands. His actions were just to attract everyone's attention. There are 2 more chances, but there's not much time left. Song Yunqing sneered. Lin Xian didn't pay attention to what those people were saying. He looked at the pill formula carefully and pondered. He had already used the inscription pattern to simulate the flame. With his skills, there was no way he would make a mistake. However, the inscription still shattered. That's right. Flame extraction is only to extract the heart bluegrass's liquid. I don't have to use flame inscriptions at all. Lin Xian instantly understood. As an inscription master, he faced the situation of failing every day. Even the top alchemy masters could not guarantee a 100% success rate. What they could do was to try their best to increase the success rate. Therefore, the first failure did not affect Lin Xian at all. If he could not even accept this, then how could he talk about reaching the peak of alchemy? Looking around, Lin Xian discovered that the others were refining with all their might. Among them, Duan Fei and Song Qianqian were the fastest. Looking at the fluctuations of the aura, it seemed that they were at the final stage. As expected of a 3rd-grade alchemy master, his ability is indeed not for show. Lin Xian praised. Duan Fei's technique was very practiced. He easily controlled the pill furnace and continuously inscribed inscriptions. As a 3rd-grade alchemy master, this was not difficult for him at all. Song Qianqian's performance was also very relaxed. As Song Yunqing's daughter, she had learned alchemy from Song Yuanqing since young. Looking at her technique, she had the demeanor of a master. As expected of the dean's daughter, you have some ability. Lin Xian retracted his gaze and began the 2nd refinement. Chapter 341. Although Lin Xian had only learned alchemy for a short period of time, he had astonishing talent. Furthermore, he had a master like Lord Alcohol as his teacher. Therefore, he didn't fear anyone. With a flick of his finger, Lin Xian drew another inscription. What? He's not using a cauldron? The crowd below was shocked. Humph, refining pills with his bare hands is simply courting death. Song Yunqing sneered. Even the third Hull master frowned. What is this brat doing? Doesn't he know that this is a competition? On the other hand, old man DK was very calm. He narrowed his eyes as he sat in his wheelchair, looking very calm. No one knew how terrifying Lin Xian was more than him. Therefore, he wasn't worried at all. With his first experience, Lin Xian was very familiar with the process. He skillfully separated and extracted the herbs. His movements were as smooth as flowing water. It was very pleasing to the eye. The crowd below was dumbfounded. How is this alchemy? This was an art. President Meng Chuan looked at Lin Xian's technique and nodded repeatedly. It doesn't look like the alchemy technique of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. It's an extremely exquisite technique. Time passed bit by bit. During this period, the stone platforms lost their light and became dim. This also meant that the contestants on the stone platforms had used up their 3 chances and could only leave regretfully. Buzz! The air trembled as the fragrance of a pill spread out. It was getting thicker and thicker. Everyone looked over and saw Duan Fei patting his cauldron. A round blue pill flew out. With a wave of his hand, he picked up the pill bottle and quickly placed it into the cauldron. The audience below burst into applause and cheers that shook the heavens. Among them, the Medicine Emperor Court was the happiest. They were suppressed to the point where they couldn't even raise their heads in the first round. Now, they wanted to vent all their resentment in the second round. Isn't your pill, Emperor Hull, powerful? We have a 3rd-grade alchemist. We can crush you to death in minutes. After Duan Fei finished, Song Qianchan also successfully collected the pill. The first 2 were completed by the disciples of the Medicine Emperor Court. This made the disciples of the Medicine Emperor Court extremely happy. After this, more and more contestants completed their alchemy. On the Pill Emperor Court side, many disciples also completed their alchemy. After all, they were a top force. Although they didn't have a 3rd-grade alchemist, they still had quite a few 2nd-grade alchemists. However, Lin Xian, who had performed amazingly before, was still in the process of refining. Time was running out. At this moment, everyone looked at Lin Xian. Could it be that he was going to retreat after being defeated here? That's for sure. Do you really think you can concoct pills without using a pill furnace? The disciple from the Medicine Emperor courtyard sneered. Let's see how he's going to deal with this. Duan Fei looked over and sneered. Trash will always be trash. When you need real ability, you'll become so weak that you can't even withstand a single blow. How are you going to compete with us with this level of skill? Song Qianchan scoffed. Even old man DK was a little worried. This kid won't screw it up, right? The time had already entered the countdown, but Lin Xian still hadn't finished. F***CK. Hurry up, we're running out of time. A disciple from the Pill Emperor Hall anxiously shouted. However, Lin Xian didn't panic at all. His hands were unusually steady. At the last moment, he suddenly opened his eyes and waved his hands. The liquid in his hands rapidly gathered together, forming a round pill. At this moment, a dazzling blue light shone in the sky. With a wave of his hand, Lin Xian placed the pill into a pill bottle. F***CK, that scared me to death. The disciple from the Pill Emperor Hall was sweating profusely. Even the palms of the elders below were sweating. However, Lin Xian still had a confident smile on his face. He didn't panic at all. Your luck is very good, but I'm afraid you won't have such a chance next time. Duan Fei had a lofty expression on his face. Is that so? Luck is also a part of strength. Don't you know? Lin Xian smiled. You only know how to talk. Alchemists don't rely on their mouths to make a living. Song Qianchan snorted. Lin Xian shrugged. He wasn't willing to explain to these senseless people. On the spectator stand, DK and the others heaved a sigh of relief. I can't take it anymore. I'm too old. I can't take this kind of stimulation. Song Yunqing snorted. You can laugh after the quality check is over. I don't think a pill refined with bare hands can be any good. Elder Blackheart, beside him, was very confident. In terms of quality, no one could compare to Duan Fei. Everyone fell silent. Duan Fei was a third-grade alchemist. He had an absolute advantage. All right, the pill refining segment is over. Now, participants without any light on the stone platform, please step down. President Meng Chuan said in a clear voice. Immediately, the participating disciples walked down the stone platform dejectedly. Their eyes were filled with unwillingness. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Give me a few more breaths of time, and I'll definitely be able to complete it. That's right. I only have 3 chances. Maybe I'll succeed on the 4th try. These people left with endless resentment. The entire square suddenly became much emptier. Lin Xian was astonished. He stared at the empty stone platform with shock in his heart. More than 100 people were eliminated. This elimination rate was truly terrifying. Next, we will test the pills. The quality of the pills will also be recorded in your results. Of course, we will also eliminate some useless pills during this process. Now let's begin the pill testing. After President Meng Chuan finished speaking, a fist-sized groove appeared in the center of the stone platform. By placing the pills inside, the quality of the pills would be tested. Everyone followed his instructions and placed their pills into the groove. Lin Xian looked curiously at the groove and placed his pills in as well. In the next moment, the stone platforms in the square began to emit different colors. Some of the blue lights were as bright as stars, while others were as bright as fireflies. Different intensities represented different grades. Of course, there were also some stone platforms that completely dimmed. This meant that the pills refined were useless and would also be eliminated. Impossible. How can the pills I refine be useless? There must be a problem with the test. Some participants were unconvinced. What a scam! Not a single key detail was given. How can it be refined? Dozens of participants walked down the stone platform while cursing. 1 or 2 lunatics slammed the stone platform with all their might to vent their dissatisfaction. But even so, it didn't change the fact that they were eliminated. At this moment, a blue pillar of light lit up, illuminating the surroundings. Wow, this blue light is so bright. It's Duan Fei. Did you guys see that? He's from our Medicine Emperor Hall. A disciple from the Medicine Emperor Hall exclaimed in excitement. It's actually a high-grade emptiness pill, as expected of a third-grade alchemist. An elder from the Inscription Alliance nodded with a smile. Buzz! Another blue light flashed. Song Chanchan's stone platform also lit up. Although this light was slightly weaker than Duan Fei's, it still reached the level of a high-grade emptiness pill. As the blue light flashed, the grades of the pills refined by the participants were revealed. Other than Duan Fei and Song Chanchan, someone from the Pill Emperor Hall also refined a high-grade pill. But compared to the Medicine Emperor Hall, it was still lacking. Not to mention Duan Fei, even Song Chanchan's pill was brighter than the Pill Emperor Hall's. Is the Pill Emperor Hall going to lose? There's still hope. Lin Xian's pill hasn't been tested yet. Everyone looked at Lin Xian, waiting for his result. Chapter 342. Other than Lin Xian, all the pills concocted by the disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall had already been lost to the Medicine Emperor Hall. Hence, Lin Xian became the last hope of the crowd. Humph. Duan Fei's face was cold as he held onto his cauldron, his eyes filled with disdain. As a third-grade alchemist, he didn't place Lin Xian in his eyes at all. How can a pill concocted by his bare hands be better than one concocted by us using a high-quality cauldron? Song Chanchan sneered. The majority of the crowd didn't think highly of Lin Xian. Firstly, it was because Lin Xian was only a second-grade alchemist. It was impossible for him to win against Duan Fei. Secondly, these people didn't believe that Lin Xian could concoct pills with his bare hands. At most, he was just trying to please the crowd. Lin Xian wasn't anxious at all. He calmly waited for the result. It's been so long there's no movement. Could it be a waste pill? Someone asked. It's very possible. If that's the case, the Pill Emperor Hall is finished. Soon after, this suspicion spread in all directions. Everyone thought that Lin Xian had concocted a waste pill. Those from the Pill Emperor Hall felt their hearts in their mouths. Wong, wong. The stone platform trembled slightly as a faint blue light appeared. It's out, but the light is so weak. A disciple from the Medicine Emperor Hall laughed. Boom! Before he could finish his sentence, a beam of blue light gushed out, as bright as the sun, illuminating the surroundings. Everyone covered their eyes with their hands as they exclaimed in shock. Heavens, what a dazzling light! Impossible! Didn't he concoct a waste pill? Those from the Medicine Emperor Hall couldn't believe it. Seeing the light, Duan Fei's face sank. His expression was gloomy as he clenched his fists. Spiritual energy surged violently in his body. Damnable fellow, what did he concoct? Duan Fei couldn't understand why the light was so dazzling. Song Qianchan's face was also pale, her eyes filled with disbelief. On the spectator stand, President Meng Chuan narrowed his eyes as he stared at the blue light in the sky. He took a deep breath. Top-grade emptiness pill. Top-grade. Everyone was stunned for a moment before they sucked in a breath of cold air. Generally, high-grade medicinal pills were already very good. However, above high-grade medicinal pills, there was a type of peak-grade medicinal pill. This kind of pill could only be refined by very few alchemy grandmasters, and it also required a certain amount of luck. Elder Blackheart's expression was ugly. He had said before the competition that Duan Fei would definitely win. However, he was slapped in the face again. He was about to go crazy. Ever since he met Lin Xian, every word he said could not be fulfilled. He was an alchemy grandmaster. Even Song Yunqing had to be respectful to him. However, he was repeatedly defeated by Lin Xian. This brat is very strange. He seems to specialize in restraining me. The more Elder Blackheart thought about it, the more terrified he became. We can't let this kid live. Murderous intent appeared in his eyes. If he allowed Lin Xian to succeed, he would only become more and more unlucky. Song Yunqing, who was standing at the side, trembled slightly. He could feel the terrifying killing intent, and his heart was in turmoil. It seems like Elder Blackheart wants to kill him. That's good too. There's no need for a person like Lin Xian to live in this world. The people from the Medicine Emperor courtyard sat with ugly expressions. However, the Pill Emperor Hall elders beside them were all laughing. Lin Gongzi is too naughty. He always makes things so thrilling. Elder Jean laughed. We're old. Our hearts can't withstand such torment. What do you know? This is exciting. The group of elders was in a good mood. Asterisk, 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 asterisk luck. It must be asterisk, 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 asterisk luck. Duan Fei roared inwardly. I don't believe you can keep being lucky. It's just luck. It will run out sooner or later. In the next few rounds, I will make you suffer a crushing defeat. Duan Fei said angrily. Is that so? I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Good luck will follow me forever. The corners of Lin Xian's mouth curled up. Hee, old Han, this little fellow is not bad. Meng Chuan laughed. DK nodded. To be honest, I don't know where his bottom line is. However, it doesn't seem difficult to defeat Duan Fei. As the old monsters conversed, the square changed again. A dazzling blue light soared into the sky, illuminating the surroundings. Damn, another top-notch pill. Everyone was in an uproar. Had they seen a ghost today? 2 top-notch pills had actually appeared. At this moment, everyone was shocked. They all looked towards the source of the light. Even Lin Xian frowned. Before this, he hadn't discovered any experts. The blue light was like the sun, making everyone unable to open their eyes. Lin Xian used his ocular technique and looked behind him. There was a red-robed alchemist there. He wore a cloak on his head, concealing his entire body. He's actually an alchemist from a small faction? Lin Xian frowned. This person gave him a strange feeling. It reminded him of the people from the Nether Hall. However, if this person belonged to the Black Dragon sect, then what was Elder Blackheart's identity? For a moment, Lin Xian frowned. He couldn't figure it out. He originally thought that Elder Blackheart was from the Black Dragon sect, but now he had doubts. Not only was Lin Xian puzzled, but everyone else was also shocked. A top-notch pill was too shocking. If Lin Xian could refine it, everyone would be able to accept it. After all, Lin Xian had made the Medicine Emperor courtyard suffer a great loss a few days ago. But now, an unknown alchemist had actually managed to refine a top-grade pill. This was simply too shocking. Duan Fei's face couldn't be any darker. Before the competition, he disdained to compete with Lin Xian and the others. But now there were actually 2 people who surpassed him in alchemy. Furthermore, neither of them were third-grade alchemists. This dealt a serious blow to his confidence. Who is this person? Not only were Lin Xian and the others shocked, but Meng Chuan and the other seniors were also surprised. The elders looked at each other and shook their heads. They actually didn't recognize the red-robed alchemist. "Which faction is he from?" asked Meng Chuan. The middle-aged man beside him hurriedly flipped through the information and quickly said, "He's a participant from the He family." He family? Meng Chuan frowned slightly as he looked at the red-robed alchemist. Sensing everyone's gazes, the red-robed alchemist raised his head. Under the red cloak was a very young and tender face. His long and narrow eyes actually carried a trace of green light. How is this possible? He's so young. Everyone was alarmed. Lin Xian pursed his lips. From the looks of it, he's at most 14 or 15 years old. He's just a child. It's impossible for him to refine top-notch pills at such a young age. DK shook his head. If there really was such an alchemy genius, they would have long heard of him. "Check his exact information," said Meng Chuan in a deep voice. "Found him. He's a 15-year-old participant from the He family. His name is He Nian." He Nian? Many elders in the spectator stands tried their best to recall, but they had never heard of this name. "What do you think?" asked Meng Chuan. "I seem to have seen his alchemy technique just now." "It doesn't seem to be from the Heavenly Mountain Empire," said an elder beside him. "The Ji family is at the borders of the Heavenly Mountain Empire. Could he be an alchemist from another country?" Chapter 343. Even if he's an alchemy inscription master from another country, we should have heard of such a young genius, said Song Yunqing in a deep voice. He was in an extremely bad mood. One Lin Xian was enough to annoy him, but now another genius had appeared. If this continued, they would definitely lose the second round. If they lost the second round, the Medicine Emperor courtyard would have no chance of becoming the champion. There's no rule against finding helpers in the competition. Everyone knows this. Therefore, even if he's not from Heavenly Mountain, we can't stop him from participating in the competition. Unless what? Seeing Meng Chuan remain silent, the surrounding elders became anxious. Unless he's over 30 years old. That would violate the competition rules. Over 30 years old. Wu Xiong was stunned. Does Guild Leader Meng suspect that he's faking it? We can't rule out that possibility. After all, He can refine top-notch pills at such a young age. His talent is too terrifying. It was no wonder that they were surprised. This talent was indeed terrifying. After all, these people were all top masters in Heavenly Mountain Empire. When they were 15 years old, they had probably only been able to inscribe pill patterns, not to mention refining pills. Even Lin Xian, who was already 18 years old, was no exception. According to the customs of the Lingwu continent, an 18-year-old was an adult. Get him to remove his cloak. Let's investigate him properly, said Song Yunxing in a deep voice. President Meng Chuan shook his head and said to the people beside him, "Where's the He family? Get them to come over." While Meng Chuan and company were discussing, the crowd below was also discussing. They hadn't expected such a change, but they were all excited. A dark horse. 2 dark horses actually appeared at once. This year's competition is too exciting. It seems like this change has shocked the Inscription Union. I thought that Lin Xian would be the big winner. I never expected there to be such a change. As everyone was discussing, a middle-aged man in a red robe appeared in the spectator stands. He Ming from the He family greet seniors. "Are you the He family's family head?" asked Meng Chuan in a deep voice. "Yes," He Ming asked cautiously. "May I know why seniors are looking for me?" "Is He Nian, who refined a top-notch pill, a disciple of your He family?" "Yes." He Ming revealed a smug expression. He Nian has been talented in alchemy since he was young. Furthermore, he was taught by an expert before, which is why he was able to refine that kind of pill. An expert? DK was suspicious. Are experts so common nowadays? "Let him take off his cloak," Song Yunxing said. "All right," He Ming replied respectfully. Then he turned to the square and shouted, "He Nian, take off your cloak!" Everyone looked over curiously, wanting to see the true face of this young genius. On the stone platform, the red-robed disciple slowly stood up and reached out his fair hand to take off the cloak on his head. Her black hair fluttered in the wind, and under the cloak was an abnormally pale face, as if she had never seen the sun for a long time. A pair of dark green eyes, incomparably cold, without a trace of emotion. This He Nian is actually a young girl. Everyone was stunned. Meng Chuan and the other elders used their soul force to investigate and discovered that it wasn't a disguise. However, the pair of dark green eyes made them feel inexplicably uncomfortable. Lin Xian used his ocular technique and looked up. In the distance, He Nian seemed to sense Lin Xian's gaze and suddenly turned her head. His dark green eyes actually glowed with a strange light. The corners of her mouth curled up into a cold smile. Such cold eyes. She doesn't look like a young girl at all. Lin Xian was puzzled, but he couldn't find any evidence. It wasn't just Lin Xian. Meng Chuan and company couldn't find any evidence either. "What's with her eyes?" DK asked. "It's a special cultivation technique. After cultivating it, one will become like this. Furthermore, they will become especially cold," He Ming answered. "You may leave," Meng Chuan said. "Yes." After He Ming left, Meng Chuan and company frowned. "It feels very strange. I'm guessing that she's definitely not a young girl." Third Palace Master snorted coldly. "But we don't have any evidence. It's useless even if we say it. We might even be criticized for bullying the weak." DK shook his head. "We can only continue with the competition," President Meng Chuan said. Then he stood up and said in a clear voice, "We discussed it just now. The results of the competition are out. The current leaders are Lin Xian from Pill Emperor Hall and He Nian from He Clan. The third place is Duan Fei from Medicine Emperor Hall. Next, the second round will begin. Everyone, please prepare." Everyone was shocked. They didn't expect that the unknown He Clan would produce a dark horse. Even the Medicine Emperor Hall was defeated. Is the Medicine Emperor Hall going to suffer another tragedy? Many people guessed. On the stone platform, Duan Fei's face was cold. Damn it. Where did this brat come from? He can actually refine a top-grade pill. He was going crazy. He couldn't wait for the second round's questions to be extremely difficult. That way, he would be able to use his advantage as a third-grade pill inscription master. As President Meng Chuan's voice fell, the stone platform changed. The mechanism below delivered new things. This time, there were 2 sets of herbs. Beside them was a jade slip. Many people were overjoyed. Jade slips were different from paper. They could record the details of pill refinement. With a jade slip, the success rate of pill refinement would increase by 40%. Jade slip? Lin Xian had a strange expression on his face. Logically speaking, the questions should be harder and harder. Now that the jade slip was given, it should be very strange. He picked up the jade slip and used his soul force to scan it. After a while, he smiled bitterly and rubbed his nose. The jade slip recorded the recipe of a pill called Vitality Pill. It was very detailed and comprehensive. All the key details were clearly explained. As long as one followed the instructions, the success rate would reach 80%. Could it be that the questions are easy? Just when Lin Xian was doubting, President Meng Chuan spoke again. The rules are the same as the previous round. If you succeed in refining within the time limit, you can enter the next round. After explaining the rules, many participants impatiently began to refine their pills. Reading the jade slip to refine pills was a process they were very familiar with. Medicinal herbs were placed into the furnace, one by one. Everyone's faces were filled with excitement. AI, forget it. Let's refine according to the recipe first. Lin Xian shrugged and began to draw the inscription. In the distance, the young girl Hinian once again put on her cloak, covering half of her face. She picked up the jade slip and quickly read through it. The corner of Hinian's mouth curled up into a sneer. The green light in her eyes intensified. Low-level tricks. Is this the standard of the people from Heavenly Mountain Empire? It seems that I will win the second round easily. After saying that, she drew a strange arc with her palm, constantly controlling the furnace. President Meng Chuan looked at the busy participants in the square and revealed an expectant expression. I wonder who will be the first to discover it. Chapter 344. With the jade slip pill formulas, refining medicinal pills became much simpler. Many participants couldn't wait to start refining pills. They wanted to obtain a good ranking. However, there were some who remained skeptical. They didn't believe that the second round would be so simple, so they read the jade slip pill formula over and over again. However, no matter how they looked at it, there was no problem. It doesn't seem fake. Song Qianchan rested her chin on her hand as she pondered seriously. No matter what the problem is, it won't stump me. Duan Fei was full of confidence. In the end, they all chose to start refining pills. Wind Moon Square fell silent once again. Everyone waited patiently and whispered about who would win. In the stands, Meng Chuan and company focused their attention on the red-robed girl named Hinian. They constantly analyzed her every move. Looking at her cauldron control and habit of taking out herbs, it's hard to believe that she's a 15-year-old youth. Her proficiency level is at least a few decades. There must be something wrong with her. These people were all alchemy masters. When they observed a person together, they quickly discovered something amiss. However, this alone wasn't enough to expose her. Meng Chuan sighed. Although I don't know what her motive is, I don't wish for the second round's victor to be an unknown person. Don't worry, guild leader Meng. Lin Xian won't lose, said DK with a smile. Duan Fei is a third-grade alchemist. It's even more impossible for him to lose. Song Yunqing snorted coldly. Just as these people were conversing, there was a new change in the square. Bam! In the quiet square, a low and deep sound suddenly rang out. Everyone looked up in puzzlement and saw black smoke coming out of a participant's cauldron on the stone platform. What's going on? What happened? It looks like a cauldron explosion. A cauldron explosion? Everyone had strange expressions. However, when they discovered the identity of the disciple, their expressions became even stranger. That seems to be a disciple of the medicine sovereign court. Why did his cauldron explode again? Everyone noticed this, and quite a few people laughed softly. The faces of the people from the medicine sovereign court immediately darkened. Their cauldron explosion had yet to calm down, and now their cauldrons had exploded again in front of everyone. Trash, you're really trash. Song Yunqing was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. He growled in a low voice, "Who can tell me what's going on?" The surrounding elders of the Medicine Sovereign Hall all had extremely heavy expressions on their faces. They were all silent, not knowing how to reply. Hee, I think the standard of your Medicine Emperor courtyard is really too low. You might as well close your doors. Third Hall Master Wu Xiong mocked mercilessly. The faces of those from the Medicine Emperor courtyard turned red, and they felt like dying. On the stone platform, the disciple whose furnace exploded was also stunned. His eyes were empty as he repeated the words repeatedly. That's impossible. I'm following the pill formula. There's no way I'm wrong. How could this be? Ha 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 ha. Sure enough, another cauldron explosion. Wu Xiaoyu gloated. Your Medicine Emperor courtyard really specializes in cauldron explosions. As soon as he finished speaking, another bang was heard, and the sound of a furnace exploding came from the stone platform. Wu Xiaoyu's face was charred black. The smile on his face gradually disappeared, and his expression became uglier and uglier. F***CK, what's going on? It's impossible for me to make a mistake. Damn you, it's all your fault. You passed on your bad habit of cauldron explosions to me. Get the hell away from me. Wu Xiaoyu roared madly. The crowd below was also stunned. There was actually someone whose furnace exploded, and the two of them were standing right next to each other. Could it be that cauldron explosions were really contagious? Seems like the disciples of the Pill Emperor Hall aren't much. Song Yunqing's expression softened. The one whose furnace exploded seems to be Brother Wu's son, right? I really don't know how Brother Wu teaches his juniors. Song Yunqing finally found a chance to retaliate. The other elders of the Medicine Emperor courtyard also mocked and ridiculed. You! The third hall master was so angry that he was trembling. He clenched his fists so tightly that creaking sounds could be heard. This is too embarrassing. Little brat, see how I'll deal with you when we return. The third hall master gritted his teeth. Just as the crowd was discussing and mocking, the stone platform changed again. Bang, bang, bang. Continuous sounds rang out, and like firecrackers, they exploded in the air. Almost half of the participants had their furnaces exploding. Everyone was stunned. There's a problem. DK furrowed his brows. If one or two people had their furnaces exploding, it would definitely be because they weren't skilled enough. But if over 100 people made the same mistake at the same time, it would be strange. Seems like the second round isn't as simple as we thought. Not far away, Elder Blackheart's eyes flashed. With so many people exploding their furnaces at the same time, it created a loud sound that directly disturbed the other participants. As more and more people failed, even the air was filled with impatience and uneasiness. Bang! Song Qianqian's furnace trembled, and black smoke rose from it. Failed! She bit her lips, and her face was filled with doubt. Lin Xian took a deep breath. He was still holding a stalk of medicinal herb in his hand. He was supposed to put it in at this moment. However, he stopped in his tracks. He knew Song Qianqian's strength. She could be considered one of the top 5 existences here. However, even she had failed. This matter was too strange. Could it be that there's a problem with the pill formula? He immediately thought of the pill formula, because not long ago he had also created a fake pill formula that caused the Medicine Emperor courtyard to explode. However, there were many kinds of fake pill formulas that could cause cauldrons to explode. Lin Xian didn't know which one it was. As expected of the Pill King competition, it can actually deceive everyone. Lin Xian sighed softly in his heart. He could only investigate bit by bit and ensure that he found the problem during the refinement process. Not long after, Shi Taishang's voice sounded again. Duan Fei sat with a gloomy expression. In front of him was a useless pill. Damn it, where did it go wrong? He scratched his head hard and read the pill formula again. The crowd below exclaimed, Duan Fei is one of the 3 alchemists. Even he has failed. Looks like the second round is much more difficult than we thought. There are still 5 people left. I wonder if they can succeed in one try. The crowd began to look forward to it. Among the 5 people who were still refining, there was Lin Xian and the red-robed girl, He Nian. The remaining 3 were alchemists from other factions. Because they had refined late, they probably hadn't made any mistakes yet. Even so, their foreheads were already covered in sweat. Time passed, and someone began to refine again. However, not long after, a low sound came from the sky again. Looking at the shattered pill, the Medicine Emperor courtyard participant wanted to cry but had no tears. Damn it! What kind of lousy pill formula is this? I clearly refined it according to the formula. That disciple's face was filled with indignation as he cursed wildly. There were only 2 chances in the second round, so that disciple was eliminated. Seeing his lonely figure walk down the stone stage, the remaining participants felt a chill in their hearts. If they couldn't find the problem within the time limit, they would be disqualified like that person. Chapter 345. The Wind Moon Plaza fell into silence. Every contestant was racking their brains. Those who had the slightest idea did not dare to try again. After all, they only had one chance. If they failed, they could only leave. Just like that, everyone fell into a vicious circle. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the air, Lin Xian became even more careful. He merged the herbs one by one, and the pill slowly took shape. Everyone's eyes were on him. Merge the purple lilac, inky jade grass, and yellow sand fruit. Lin Xian put in the purple lilac. When he picked up the inky jade grass, his body suddenly trembled. No, he seemed to have realized something, and his face became very ugly. The order is wrong. Although the pill recipe said to merge the 3 herbs, it did not say the order. It was obvious that the order listed was not the order of merging. This was a detail. Most people would merge according to the order listed. But who would have thought that it was randomly listed and was not the order of merging? A group of old foxes. They are indeed sinister. Lin Xian's face darkened. He now understood, but the order was wrong. Sai, forget it. I still have one more chance. I should be able to succeed. Lin Xian put in the yellow sand fruit, which immediately caused the pill to tremble. The inscriptions were broken, and the pill refinement failed. The pill that was about to take shape shattered into pieces and fell on the stone platform. He failed again. Even Lin Xian failed. Is the second round really that difficult? Everyone's faces were ugly. He failed as expected. I didn't even notice the problem. How could he succeed? Duan Fei sneered. When the people from the Medicine Emperor court saw that Lin Xian also failed, they all breathed a sigh of relief. To be honest, they were really afraid that Lin Xian would succeed on his first try. It seems that he must have been lucky to succeed in the previous round. Elder Blackheart snorted coldly. Everyone was back to the starting line. It was time to see who could find the problem first. Everyone waited. No, there's another person refining. Elder DK's pupils constricted. At that moment, everyone looked at the stone platform. The hundreds of contestants on the platform all stopped refining and were thinking hard. However, in the corner, there was a red-robed figure who was calmly refining. It's her, a disciple of the He family. Everyone was stunned. They realized that Hinyen's furnace did not explode. How could this be? Is there no problem with the pill formula? Many people were stunned. Could it be that she has found the problem? Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. If that was really the case, then this Hinyen was too terrifying. Impossible. That guy definitely hasn't reached the crucial point yet. Duan Fei didn't believe it. It wasn't just Duan Fei who didn't believe it. The alchemy grandmasters in the stands didn't believe it either. Song Yunqing's face darkened. Damn it, who the hell is this guy? Old Meng, what's wrong with you? Those little guys are all stumped. DK frowned. If we let this unknown guy win, I'm afraid the consequences won't be good, right? Sigh, now I'm sure that person isn't a 15-year-old girl. Meng Chuan said in a deep voice. I hope someone can discover the problem. In the square, looking at the relaxed, red-robed girl, everyone was very anxious. Humph, a bunch of idiots. You can't even see the problem. The red-robed girl scoffed. Although her voice was very soft, the square was very quiet. Furthermore, everyone's cultivation levels weren't low. Therefore, everyone heard her words very clearly. Damn it, what's with the arrogance? Duan Fei was furious. As a third-grade alchemist, it was already very embarrassing that he didn't find the problem immediately. Now, someone was mocking him in front of his face. This was unbearable. However, he couldn't find a way to retaliate. He could only be angry. By the side, Song Chanchan and company also had bitter expressions. That fellow actually didn't make any mistakes. It looks like she must have found the problem. Lin Xian frowned. From the looks of it, she's only halfway through the refinement. There should be a chance for her to catch up. With this in mind, Lin Xian's gaze turned sharp. His goal was the White Dragon Ascension pill, so he had to win. With a wave of his hand, the last herb floated into the air. Lin Xian's fingers danced as he quickly separated and extracted the herbs. The 5 herbs tumbled under the effect of the inscription and gradually disintegrated. F***CK, is he crazy? He's actually extracting 5 herbs at the same time. Everyone exclaimed when they saw Lin Xian's actions. He's only a second-grade alchemist. He actually dares to operate on multiple lines. Isn't he afraid of making a mistake? This is the last chance. He can't be careless. A second-grade alchemist dares to operate on 5 lines. He's really courting death. Duan Fei sneered. He didn't believe that Lin Xian could succeed. In the stands, the elders were also shocked when they saw Lin Xian's actions. However, President Meng Chuan let out a sigh of relief. Little fellow, have you found the problem? Lin Xian pushed his soul force to the limit. His fingers were abnormally nimble as they drew inscriptions in the air as fast as lightning. In almost an instant, he finished separating the herbs. What the hell, he actually succeeded. Wu Xiaoyu was shocked. Duan Fei, Song Chanchan, and the others had ugly expressions. Lin Xian had once again exceeded their expectations. He's so fast. Is he competing with Hinyen for time? Someone asked doubtfully. It seems to be true. Everyone realized the situation. Could it be that Lin Xian discovered the problem? Thinking of this, they all widened their eyes. Because Hinyen was using a cauldron, no one could see the refining process. However, Lin Xian was different. He was refining with his bare hands. The entire process was exposed. In the corner, Hinyen sneered when she learned that Lin Xian wanted to compete with her for first place. What an idiot. If you want to compete with me, you'll have to train for a few more decades. With that, she increased her refining speed. After Lin Xian extracted all the herbs, he began to fuse them. He stretched out his finger, and the 3 balls of liquid fused together. Heavens, even the fusion is a multi-line operation. Is this guy still human? Is he really only a 2nd-grade alchemist? Why do I feel that he's stronger than a 3rd-grade alchemist? Everyone exclaimed. They looked at Lin Xian even more seriously. Soon, it's almost the purple lilac grass. I failed here last time. Song Qianqian became nervous. Everyone clenched their fists. They had all failed at this place. He put in the yellow sand fruit first. Song Qianqian exclaimed. Lin Xian fused the yellow sand fruit first, followed by the purple lilac grass and inky jade grass. In an instant, everyone understood. The order in the pill formula is wrong. F*CK, how sinister. I actually defaulted to the order. Many disciples exclaimed and kept slapping their heads. Duan Fei, Song Qianqian, and the others' expressions changed. If it was a normal pill refinement, they wouldn't have made such a mistake. However, they were nervous in the Pill King competition today. Due to their loss in the first round and the pressure from Lin Xian and He Nian, they neglected this detail. However, everything was fine now. Everything was clear. There's still a chance. This was everyone's thought. Chapter 346. Lin Xian's pill refining process was seen by everyone, so the problem that troubled them was solved. When the people below learned about it, they were also enlightened. They were even more impressed with Lin Xian. He was actually able to find the crux of the problem in an instant. However, what shocked them even more was that He Nian was even faster than Lin Xian. Seeing that everyone had started refining pills, Meng Chuan and the other elders of the Inscription Union heaved a sigh of relief. It's not too late. There's still a chance. There wasn't much time left. Everyone was going all out. Lin Xian quickly fused and pushed his strength to the limit. He was very fast, but He Nian was even faster. No, that guy is too terrifying. The Pill Emperor Hall elder below sighed. No, Lin Xian will definitely win. DK clenched his fists. Lin Xian and He Nian attracted countless gazes. Their techniques were all very exquisite, dazzling the eyes of the spectators. Lin Xian's multitasking greatly shortened the time, and it didn't take long for him to catch up to He Nian. However, He Nian relied on her experienced techniques and didn't let Lin Xian overtake her. Who do you think will be first? DK asked worriedly. President Meng Chuan's eyes flashed as he tapped his finger on the chair. It's still not certain. Although Lin Xian's multitasking is very amazing, He Nian is even more experienced. Her experience has saved her a lot of unnecessary movements, so it's really hard to guess the result. The elders fell silent. If President Meng Chuan couldn't tell, they couldn't tell either. It seemed that they could only wait patiently. Lin Xian was multitasking, fusing 3 balls of liquid at the same time. Although he was extremely fast, the consumption of his soul was also huge. At this moment, his forehead was already covered in sweat and his face was pale. It was obvious that this was a sign of excessive soul consumption. You're too inexperienced to play with me. He Nian sneered. The crowd below also noticed this problem, and many people stood up nervously. Not good. Lin Xian can't hold on any longer. Is the Pill Emperor Hall going to lose? Old man DK also sat up straight and supported himself on the wheelchair with both hands. Lin Xian, you can't lose. In the corner, the clan members looked up at the sky, and an undetectable green light appeared in their eyes. He Nian is about to form a pill. Someone called out, and everyone's gazes shifted to the source of the voice. On the stone platform, He Nian's cauldron was emitting a pill fragrance that was getting thicker and thicker. If this goes on, we're going to lose. Lin Xian gritted his teeth, a hint of viciousness appearing in his eyes. I must obtain the White Dragon Ascension pill. His fingers moved, and the 3 balls of liquid suddenly collided together, continuously fusing and splashing. F***CK, he's crazy. He's too impatient. He can't control this fusion method at all. President Meng Chuan shook his head and sighed. Hurry up and separate. If this goes on, it will become a waste pill. Old man DK was also anxious. However, Lin Xian ignored them. He crazily circulated his soul force and circulated the soul cultivation method that Lord Alcohol had taught him. All the soul force in his body surged out to control the fusion of the pills, but this process only lasted for a few seconds before losing its effect. Sigh, it's over. It's going to become a waste pill. Yeah, Lin Xian is too impatient. Humph, I knew this kid couldn't do it. Song Yunqing snorted. DK, on the other hand, looked disappointed. He won so easily. He Nian also sensed Lin Xian's situation, and the disdain in his eyes intensified. However, at that moment, Lin Xian's eyes suddenly lit up. The surrounding air trembled like boiling water. A massive soul force surged out of Lin Xian's body and swept out in all directions. Everyone stared at the stone platform in a daze as they exclaimed. Nearby, Song Qianqian, Duan Fei and company also felt the soul force, and their expressions changed. A 3rd-grade alchemist. Duan Fei screamed. Impossible, he actually broke through. Song Qianqian was shocked. The powerful soul force enveloped the pill, and it quickly fused into a pill. Buzz! The void trembled, and inscriptions flickered. A pill fragrance wafted out. Following that, Lin Xian's fingers moved, and a pure white pill was placed into a bottle. It all happened in an instant, and by the time everyone reacted, Lin Xian had already refined the pill. Too cool! He actually broke through at the last moment. That's great, as expected of a genius. Old man DK laughed loudly. Damn it! He Nian's face was ferocious, and her pupils instantly turned into the shape of a date seed, emitting a dark green glow. Fortunately, she was covered by a cloak, so no one noticed. Who is this guy? She spat out these words through gritted teeth. Her expression did not resemble that of a 15-year-old child at all. However, no matter how irritable she was, she could not change this fact. Not long after, He Nian's cauldron trembled, and a round pill floated out. This speed was already very shocking, but it still lost to Lin Xian. The entire square was filled with tsunami-like cheers. These cheers were for Lin Xian. Everyone was convinced by his stunning performance. Xiao Xuanzi, you were very decisive just now. Aren't you afraid of failure? Asked Lord Alcohol with a chuckle. To me, getting second place is no different from failure, replied Lin Xian via voice transmission. Didn't I succeed? It looks like my decision was right. This youth isn't simple. A smile appeared on Meng Chuan's face. He had lived for 200 years, but he had never seen a youth as stunning as Lin Xian. Not only was he extremely talented, but his courage and determination were also firm. Such a person would definitely be an influential figure on the continent in the future. Lin Xian held the pill bottle in his hand and turned his head with a smile. He looked at He Nian. Following that, he gave her a provocative look. Humph, don't be so smug. You were just lucky to break through at the last minute. You won't be so lucky next time. I'll use all my strength to defeat you. He Nian's voice was cold. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. I'm looking forward to it. Beside him, Duan Fei was trembling with anger. Damn it, this fellow actually broke through. Up until now, he had never defeated Lin Xian once. Now that Lin Xian had become a 3rd-grade alchemist, his chances of winning were even smaller. Don't think that you'll definitely win just because you're a 3rd-grade alchemist. I still have an ultimate move. Duan Fei calmed down and touched the storage ring on his finger. After a period of time, the time ended. At this moment, a total of 103 people had successfully refined their pills. The rest had been eliminated. Over 200 people had been eliminated in this round. It was truly terrifying. Following that, it was time to test the pills. During this process, dozens of people were eliminated. In the end, only 56 people passed. All right, I'm sure everyone is tired. Today's competition will end here. We'll continue tomorrow, said President Meng Chuan. Many participants heaved a sigh of relief. To be honest, they had used up all their soul strength. There was no way they could continue competing. Lin Xian didn't mind. He had just broken through, so his soul was very robust. However, he could use this opportunity to strengthen his foundation. Chapter 347. Feng Yuqing Inn. Everyone from He Clan was resting here. Damn it, we were so close to getting first place. In the room, He Nian said in a cold tone. We didn't expect a sudden breakthrough, but we still have a chance to win tomorrow's round. He Ming said in a deep voice. He still wanted to say something, but he frowned and shouted coldly, Who is it? Come out! Whoosh! A black fog floated in and rolled in the air, forming a human figure. Old Black Heart, what are you doing here? He Ming shouted coldly, no longer as humble as he was during the day. Humph, it's you. Elder Black Heart's eyes flashed. Black chi surrounded his body. What's your goal this time, the White Dragon Ascension pill? That's none of your business. He Ming sneered. Old Black Heart, I won't let you get the pill. Then let's wait and see. I don't believe that you guys can achieve anything in alchemy. Elder Blackheart sneered. His body turned into ghost fog again and disappeared in the air. He's from Blackheart Hall? He Nian was puzzled. He Ming nodded. Don't hold back. We must get the pill. Have a good rest. You must win tomorrow's competition. He Ming said a few more words and left. Dan Emperor Hall. A dark red shadow floated towards the eastern pavilion. It didn't attract anyone's attention. In the room, Lin Xian was sitting cross-legged, trying his best to stabilize his soul realm. Suddenly he opened his eyes. His gaze was like a sharp sword, piercing through the void and flying out of the room. Ding ding! The sound of collision was heard. Lin Xian's feet flashed, and he appeared outside the door. Don't you think it's too late to leave? He stretched out his palm. Silver lightning surged, forming a dragon claw. It was like a dragon capturing hand, grabbing at the dark red shadow. Wang, even a harmonious spirit expert would be injured by this attack. The dark red shadow didn't expect Lin Xian to be so strong. Seeing the silver claw about to grab him, his body emitted a dark red light. Bang! Lin Xian grabbed him with his palm. The shadow groaned and used a secret technique, turning into a ray of light and quickly escaped. Lin Xian was astonished. He felt that the thing he had grabbed was slippery and disgusting. He retracted his hand and looked at it carefully. What's this? Lin Xian was stunned. What he had grabbed was actually a piece of snakeskin. On top of the snakeskin, there was a red pill robe. This is the He family's clothing, but why is it made of snakeskin? Lin Xian was puzzled. Could it be? He didn't dare to continue thinking about it. This kind of thing was too terrifying. No, he had to tell Old Man Deke. Lin Xian took the item and disappeared on the spot. Senior DK, are you asleep? Lin Xian quickly arrived in front of a hall. Hee, little friend Lin, what's the matter at this hour? Old Man DK pushed his wheelchair out with a puzzled look on his face. Look at this, Lin Xian said as he handed the snakeskin over. This is... DK's pupils constricted. Where did you get it? His voice trembled slightly, as if he had seen something terrifying. Someone was spying on us just now, and I caught him. That person left behind the snakeskin, but his true body escaped. And this red pill robe should belong to the He family. There's indeed something wrong with them. D.K.'s expression was solemn. I'm going out. In the magnificent hall, the elders had solemn expressions. Old Han, are you sure? Asked President Meng Chuan. Yes, this snakeskin was left behind by the He family, said D. Quebec. We can be sure that they aren't humans. Everyone looked at the scarlet snakeskin and felt their scalps tingle. Thinking back to the competition during the day, their hearts trembled. Could it be that they were competing with a group of monsters during the day? It's better if we confirm it, President Meng Chuan said cautiously. You should know what this snakeskin represents. I'll accompany you, said D. Quebec. Bring Lin Xian along. He was the one who discovered it. The two of them quickly arrived at the Pill Emperor Hall and found Lin Xian. We're going to investigate the He family. President Meng Chuan explained his intentions. If this is true, I'm afraid Sky Mountain Country will be in trouble. Lin Xian nodded. He could sense the seriousness of the situation. The three of them moved and ran towards the He family's residence. Not long after, they arrived outside the inn. Conceal your aura, said President Meng Chuan. Lin Xian activated the black cloak, and his entire person seemed to have disappeared. With a tap of his feet, he landed on the roof like cotton. There seems to be a defensive mechanism, but I can crack it, whispered D. Quebec. Then he waved his sleeve, and a mirror appeared in his hand. Circulating his spirit energy, the mirror emitted a faint light. D.K. aimed it at the room. Soon, a series of images appeared on the mirror. How magical! Lin Xian was surprised that the mirror could reproduce the scene in the room. This way, they didn't have to use their soul power, nor did they have to worry about being discovered. Inside the room, a petite figure was sitting on the ground. A large red robe wrapped around her body. This person should be He Nian. The three of them communicated mentally. She's cultivating. The three of them waited patiently, like experienced hunters. Hiss! After a long while, the image on the mirror changed. The large red robe began to expand as though it was being propped up by something. Rip! The sound of cloth tearing could be heard as the red robe shattered, revealing He Nian's body. At that moment, she was no longer petite. Instead, she had become very muscular. A thin slit suddenly appeared on her head. Uft! Uft! The crack grew larger and larger as a ferocious snake head poked out with green mucus. Lin Xian's pupils constricted as he frowned. This was too horrifying. The originally petite He Nian was actually a snake in human skin. Hiss! A piece of human skin landed on the ground. Behind the ferocious snake head was a body covered in scales. It was similar to a human. What's this? Lin Xian was stunned. He originally thought that it would be a snake-type demon beast, but from the looks of it, that wasn't the case. It's a demon, said Meng Chuan in a deep voice. Demon. Lin Xian was alarmed. Among demon beasts, there were higher-level existences. They were known as demons. This was because these demons were no longer in the form of beasts. Instead, they resembled humans in certain areas. For example, although the snake demon below had a snake head, it had a human body. Hiss, my main body is still the most comfortable. I'm suffocating to death from hiding in my small body during the day. The snake demon actually spoke in human language. Her neck was slender, and her body was like a snake's. She could easily reach the roof. Uft! The snake head stretched out and absorbed the moonlight's powers with all its might. In the shadows, Lin Xian and company had solemn expressions. It was actually a snake demon. This was too shocking. Demons are even rarer than spirit channeling experts. Why would they appear here? Earth Scarce was puzzled. Chapter 348. These demons weren't simple. President Meng Chuan's expression turned ugly. Red skin and black spots. Could it be the scarlet-black demons? Scarlet-black demons? Lin Xian was puzzled. DK fell silent. Could it be related to the Black Dragon sect? Lin Xian asked. That's right. Back when the Black Dragon sect was rampant, the scarlet-black demons were their biggest accomplices. I never expected them to appear again. President Meng Chuan sighed. I heard that the southwest border is controlled by the Nether Hall. Now, the scarlet-black demons have appeared in Heavenly Mountain. Is the Black Dragon sect really going to recover fully? But why are they participating in the Alchemy Monarch Tournament? Lin Xian was puzzled. I'm afraid there's only one reason. The pills, said Meng Chuan. The white dragon soaring pill. What? Lin Xian was stunned. They had the same goal. Since it's the Black Dragon sect, we can't let them succeed. Lin Xian snorted coldly and used dragon capturing hand to grab downwards. Bam! A deep voice rang out, reverberating in all directions. Attack! President Meng Chuan didn't expect Lin Xian to suddenly attack. However, he was experienced, so he immediately attacked with D, Quebec. Both of them were spirit transformation realm experts and were extremely powerful. They quickly subdued the snake demon. However, several powerful auras came from below. Swoosh! A few figures soared up, emitting violent auras. The person in front was He Ming. What are you doing? He Ming's expression changed drastically when he saw the captured snake demon. Humph! As a demon, you actually dare to participate in our competition. You sure are gutsy. DK sneered. He was completely on Lin Xian's side. Since the demons wanted the White Dragon Ascension pill, they were his enemies. President Meng Chuan sighed. He could only handle this matter carefully. Otherwise, if he angered the demons, Heavenly Mountain wouldn't have an easy time. I can release him, but you have to leave Heavenly Mountain, said Meng Chuan in a deep voice. Old Meng, I believe you know our identities. I'll tell you the truth. We came here for the White Dragon Ascension pill. What do you think the Inscription Union is? Meng Chuan's expression was gloomy. As the president of the Heavenly Mountain Kingdom, he wasn't someone to be scared of. I know that the Inscription Union will not be so kind, so we have decided to win through the competition. He Ming said in a deep voice, but if you don't even let us participate in the competition, then don't blame us. President Meng Chuan fell silent. He knew how powerful the scarlet-black demons were. It was impossible to force them. Sure, but if you lose, you'll have to leave the Tianshan Kingdom. Sure. He Ming smiled. We promise you. Let him go. He didn't expect the other party to agree so readily. He turned his head slightly and looked at D. Quebec. Here you go. DK waved his sleeves and tossed the snake demon over. Let's go. Lin Xian and the other two quickly left. Pill Emperor Hall, main hall. Lin Gongzi, we'll have to rely on you for tomorrow's match. Although I don't know why they want the pills. Such ancient pills can't fall into their hands. Furthermore, I suspect that their actions are definitely related to the Black Dragon sect. If that's the case, then we should stop them. Otherwise, it will be a disaster for the entire Tianan region. He knew that Lin Xian was the only one who could stop the demons. Senior Meng, don't worry. I'll do my best. Lin Xian nodded in agreement. The Black Dragon sect controlled the Xia Kingdom and caused Sword Pool Manor to be sealed in ice. He would never forget this grudge. The next day, Wind Moon Square was bustling with activity again. The previous day's competition was so exciting that many people were so excited that they couldn't sleep the entire night. At this moment, they came to watch the competition with dark circles under their eyes. Who do you think will win today? I'm guessing it's Lin Xian. He just broke through yesterday. His strength must have increased greatly. Not necessarily. It might be that mysterious Hinyen. I think it's possible for Duan Fei too. After all, the Medicine Emperor courtyard still has a spirit-grade pill furnace. The surrounding cultivators were all discussing fervently. Soon, the participants from various parties appeared. I won't lose today. After a night of adjustment, Duan Fei had clearly regained his confidence. Lin, I'll let you know my true strength. In the distance, the He family entered in a low-key manner. Hinyen looked at Lin Xian in the spectator stands, his eyes filled with rage. It was Lin Xian who had captured him yesterday and threatened to kill him. As a powerful demon, he couldn't tolerate such humiliation. After winning the competition, I'll torture you to death bit by bit. Hinyen's eyes glowed green. Sensing the hostility from all directions, Lin Xian appeared very calm. What he needed to do was to win the competition. Nothing else mattered. After a night of rest, I believe everyone should be in peak condition, said President Meng Chuan in a deep voice. Today's competition will continue soon. This is the last round of the second round. After this round, we will rank you according to the results of the 3 rounds. This ranking will be included in your team's ranking. After a slight pause, President Meng Chuan continued. The rules of this competition are a little different. We won't provide pill formulas or herbs. You will have to prepare everything yourself. As long as you hand over the refined pills within the stipulated time, you will be fine. The pill with the highest grade will be the winner of this round. The rules were very simple. The Inscription Alliance only set a time limit. Everything else could be done at will. Now, let the contestants enter. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Dozens of people quickly rushed onto the stone platform and calmed down to prepare. Lin Xian turned his head and found that Hinyen had returned to the appearance of a young girl in the corner. However, he felt goosebumps when he thought that under this human skin was actually a snake demon. Under Lin Xian's gaze, Hinyen sneered. Then, he flipped his palm and took out a red pill furnace. It was 1/2 meter tall and blood-red in color. There was a ferocious snake on it that looked lifelike. The moment the pill furnace was taken out, it immediately emitted a shocking pressure. It was as if a mountain was pressing down on everyone's hearts. This is a spirit-grade furnace? The crowd below exclaimed. It was too shocking. They were still waiting for the Medicine Emperor courtyard's pill furnace, but they didn't expect an unknown He family to take out a spirit-grade pill furnace. F***CK. Hinyen's strength is already heaven-defying. Now that he has the help of a spirit-grade pill furnace, he is invincible. It seems that Lin Xian is in danger. Humph. Duan Fei sneered and took out his Crimson Dawn spiritual stove. Spiritual energy overflowed, stirring up the wind and clouds. The 2 furnaces appeared, facing each other from a distance. The 2 auras collided in the air, causing the air to rumble. It has appeared, the spirit-grade furnace of the Medicine Emperor courtyard. What a terrifying aura. It is said that a spirit-grade pill furnace can greatly increase the success rate. I wonder if it is true? 2 pill furnaces. I wonder what Lin Xian can take out. Everyone was looking forward to it. However, the people of the Pill Emperor Hall had strange expressions. You're tuning in to the Thunder Spear YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.